me so tight, it numb my pain. I was searching for something to ease my mind. Didn't realize you're the one I'd find. Take me away in this moment when I'm here with you. Been chasing this feeling, now I feel brand new. Get on a plane, go wherever with you. Take me away in this moment when I'm here with you. Been chasing this feeling, now I feel brand new. Get on a plane, go wherever with you. Take me away. Take me away. You've taken me higher than I've ever been. You've taken me higher than I've ever been. You've taken me higher than I've ever been. You've taken me higher than I've ever been.
Coming home at 4 a.m., staring at the holes in the ceiling. Feels a little smaller now as I'm trying harder to breathe in. Lying in the sheets, caught up in between dreaming and a nightmare. Ghost in the machine, you're haunting my sleep, a familiar stranger. Loving can be so hard sometimes. Give me a feeling in the silence. I need you as my alibi.
rust in our eyes. Just feel it slipping under so quiet. Hold your breath, it's a deep dive. Stood at the edge as we're so tight. Rust in our eyes. Can't stay so high. Lost hope in the fire. Try to remember faces. Bullets fly, still nothing but embers, yeah. So blind for days, falling from a height. Still clutching on, your hands tied. Now I'm alone with the warning signs. Just feel it slipping under so quiet. Hold your breath, it's a deep dive. Stood at the edge as we're so tight. Rust in our eyes. Can't stay so high. Stood at the edge as we're so tight. Rust in our eyes. Can't stay so high. Just feel it slipping under so quiet. Hold your breath, it's a deep dive. Stood at the edge as we're so tight. Rust in our eyes. Can't stay so high.
Welcome one, welcome all to the show that is Shift Summer League. I'm Jar Jam here with Stumpy, here with Cole, and it is EU time once again. Week 3, folks, we are in our last week of league play. Oh boy, the dreams are going to be crushed and the dreams are going to be realized. There is a lot on the line, and I honestly cannot wait to get started. How are you boys?
Yeah, doing very well. It's again, I think it has been for every single time, a very warm English summer's day. Cole, is it warm where you are right now?
It is very warm. I'm fortunate that I have my aircon and it is doing work to my left over there. Hopefully you guys can't hear. I don't think the people can through it. If you can, just shout at me and I'll turn it off.
No,
but
no,
it's nice,
don't
it's
bow to
pleasant.
them. Don't bow to them.
Yeah,
I've got my aircon on too.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
Yeah.
the sound of people shouting will sound like the aircon. I can just drown them out. They'll cancel each other out. I'm the winner, Jar of Jam.
Very true.
Yeah, that's a new noise canceling technology that we're just presenting right
People
here.
shouting.
People shouting versus the AC, and everything just cancels out. Well, I'm pretty sure that people are going to be shouting, but for the quality of the games and the quality of the teams. But I mentioned like last week and everything. Why is it so important? Well, let's take a look at these standings, because there's only 6 matches remaining, and all of these teams can move up, can move down. The biggest swing any of these teams can make is 6 games in one or other direction. So you could see JJR right there in the 10th spot. JJ Rocks could get a 8-10, and that's going to allow them to jump very high. So they're not out of the contention just yet, but with every single match, those chances just shrivel a little bit more. So you have to perform in every single game.
Yeah, I mean, right now, also, the only team that's guaranteed for anything is Oxygen. They're currently 11-1. They cannot go below 6th place at the moment. So they're locked into somewhere in the top 6 that we obviously just don't know where that's going to be just
Probably
yet.
first.
Probably first. I mean, their matchups are somewhat favorable. But I mean, every single match is mostly a little bit of a tough one. But I mean, so far, doing 11-1, the only team to be locked into those top 6 places, Cole, is a fantastic effort from them, considering the only match they've lost was the first one that we watched as part of our first broadcast.
And that was with Endpoint as well, who, spoilers, will be commentating on in a little while too. They're up against a team, Jarav Jam, that have been quite disappointing. Resolve are one of the teams that going into this, I thought they will be one of the heavy hitters in this. But when it's league play, that's just not how it works. And they have not settled to this format at all.
No, not really working out for them. Currently sitting in 9, 4, and 8th is the result. And we can actually take a little bit of a look at how the teams have been moving throughout the match days. We already played 4 match days. Each one of these days had 3 matches for each of the teams. And those results sort of speak for themselves. There you have it. A little nice, cute graphic. Shout out to Fittert and shout out to Will, who have made these. These folks behind the scenes do not get enough love. And as you can see, Jobless starting that day number 1 really well, but they have been replaced first by Endpoint and then in a very stable fashion by Oxygen throughout all the way to round 12.
They dropped as low as 8th as well before rallying.
Biblical turnaround.
Yeah, you can really see how these teams have sort of had big drops and then picked themselves back up. Oxygen, the obvious ones, who have just been dominant over everyone. And then JJ Rocks, they had that first tournament on that first match where they weren't bottom, and since then, yeah, they've been bottom. They've been down there.
But it's such a cool graphic as well, because you can see, like you say, the trail of teams. You can pick any of them and follow how they've done. When you look at the drops that we've seen, fake German Amigos going into round 7, they were in 3rd place. They looked brilliant coming into the later half of this tournament. And then since then, they just drop. And they're now currently sitting in 7th, just outside of that final spot.
I'd say as well, just before we move on, Espartaco, shout out to them in 5th place. They were down in 9th for, what is that, 2 weeks? 2 whole weeks? Or like 6
games,
matches.
Sorry,
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
look at that, we can separate them.
Yes, magic.
Production. Let's get W's in chat for production for that. Look at that turnaround. That is stunning from them. And now all they have to do is stay there, make the top 6, and they will make our playoffs.
But I'd like to see what Resolve have been up to, if we can.
Here we go.
No, what do you mean if we... No, I just want to know what Resolve have been doing, because I think they've been an interesting team to look at. Cole, you said that they were going to be a big hitter. You said that you thought that they might be a team where we might be looking at them to theoretically take it to battling against Oxygen. And unfortunately for them, they've just not been able to. We're also not able to look at this graphic, which is killing me. See the result. Go on.
There it is.
He's manually scribbling out all the others. That's how it works. It's not just clicking a button. It's a lot of photoshopping.
From that point,
photo editing software is available.
From that point of us thinking, oh, maybe they'll do well. It's been 9th, 8th, a big lofty peak at 6th. And then since then, it's then been 7th and back down to 9th. It has been not the story that Resolve have wanted, but as you said, spoilers for our first game, Endpoint versus Resolve is our first one up. It's going to be intriguing to see if they can take down a team that has had a relatively different journey to them.
Well, if we're speaking about big jumps, actually, let's quickly bring a Jobless jump as well. It's very similar to what we had just seen from Espartaco, just a little bit higher. The top spot from which they dove down was pretty high again, the first spot, but then they rebounded, and this is going to be the team who's really going to be trying to cement their 3rd spot. 2nd spot, where 100% are residing, is quite out of reach perhaps at this point, but again, 6 more games remaining. The matter of fact is what you've just seen, both in the standings table as well as this, those arrows can be going out whichever way, and that's the interesting part. So keep your eyes out. We're going to be trailing these teams and seeing where they're going to end up and what their chances are throughout today and tomorrow. So you're going to have all the information. But speaking about the previous week, though, we had some really great players. And I think it is time to dish out some accolades to them. Ooh. First up, of course, coming up, it's the Playmaker Award. Whoever got the most assists on average per game. And drum roll, please. Let's bring it on the screen. It is 100% Lewis P.
That's my drum roll.
Yeah, that's a good drum roll. I mean, you can see clearly he's like, 0.14 ahead of Oski on one of the top performing teams as well. And I feel like you see that when you look at how 100% play. None of us had them in that 2nd spot, realistically, when we came into this tournament, but all of them have played phenomenally, and you don't get that by playing as individuals, and Lewis P has clearly been that assisting player on that side.
Yeah, performing very well indeed. I always like seeing these, and you see some of the big names there as well, that Lewis P is at the top of. Very impressive indeed, Jara Jam.
I love to see him up there, but this week he needs to perform. That 2nd spot, well, yes, pretty high up, is not protected, and number 1 and number 2 get that wonderful bye in the upper bracket during the double elimination playoffs, so you want to stay as high as possible. And who helps you do that is, of course, the goalies. So our savior of the last week, as brought in by the stats themselves, is going to be none other than Blub. I'm sorry. Is this a British drum? I'm not familiar with.
Well, what are you? You're going rubber dub dub dub.
Yes, I'm in a tub, Stumpy. I'm in a tub.
It's Stizzy, everybody. Stizzy with 2.0 saves per game during Espartaco's huge run up. The man from Dignitas is right there on your left. And he is looking sublime as ever on the pitch as well as in real life. So keep an eye on him when we do see Espartaco. I'm not sure if we're seeing them today, but if we do, man is... We are here. We're going to see that man camping the goal line, refusing to leave, Gibbsing it. Absolutely Gibbsing it.
And we're also looking as well at everybody else, from first to fourth, or second to fifth rather. They're separated by 0.02. Yeah. It is such a close race. And Stizzy manages to clear them all by 0.06. So still very close up to him. But yeah, we were asking questions. What is going on with Stizzy? Are we going to be seeing that North American playstyle come over to Europe a little bit? Not hugely, but he has still been a very impactful player on Espartaco regardless.
And of course, the players who usually get all the highlights and who usually get all the recognition, but come on, the assisters, the saviors, really, the goalies are important. Well, in a number one spot for the striker of the season right now leaderboard, so it is encompassing everything, it's a goalie.
Not only the goalie. That's unbelievable. That can't be right. I refuse to believe that absolute legend right there is not the top saver, but is instead the top scorer. That's how you know you got a good goalkeeper.
Only the goalie scorer.
Oh, that
That's
makes
what
sense.
it is.
I can buy that. All right, you've cheered me up a little bit. Fair play, 200% though. Crispy and Acro, those two are going goal crazy over at that team.
Yeah, I think it's nice to see as well that you got then Archie down in the fifth spot too. This is currently our top two-ish teams. And then for some reason, Steak on JJ Rob, absolutely slamming it home in fifth.
I love to see it.
I saw something recently that I'd forgotten, that Steak was in the first ever Carmine Corp roster. Can you guys name the other players?
In the first ever Carmine Corp roster?
Yep.
What year are we talking?
What year was it? I think it was like 2021, 22? 2021.
Was it this one that was announced at KCX?
Yeah, they were all up on stage.
Itachi?
Yep.
Yeah.
Itachi was there. He was there for a long time. Oh, wait, Jam, you can do the next one, mate, if you remember, because I think I might have it.
No, I don't think I can quickly come up with it. Itachi, Steak.
Itachi, Steak,
would it be somewhere by any chance?
Belgian. He's Belgian is your clue.
Can I know
Impact?
it. Can I buzz?
No, that's too late for him.
No, you can't buzz. His name begins with Astra.
Buzz.
No, it's still Jarav Jam said his name begins with Astra, and he's Belgian. Any guesses, Jarav Jam? It's going to be passed over to Stumpy. What's the answer?
I'm drawing a blank.
Astro.
Yay, it's Astro.
Oh, yeah.
Belgian, whose name starts with Astro.
See? That was too complicated. It's too complicated.
Clue. That is a big clue.
That is an incredibly big clue. I'm like,
The chat was getting it. Astrage. Someone says Astrage. Yeah, well done.
Astrage,
Lucas
yes.
RL, you got it.
Astrage, yeah. Oh dear.
Astrage.
I might need that, I see now. From sheer embarrassment, but there's absolutely no embarrassment about our next man who's going to appear on the screen.
Nice.
It's your friend and mine. The MVP of last week is none other than... Anybody for a drum roll? It's Crispy. We already had him twice on the show having an interview, and he has been absolutely lovely, and he also has been absolutely great, dropping in as the 100% MVP. And I feel like, for me, he's just been doing it all, and he has been stable throughout these weeks, and especially last week, he has been bringing his team right where they need to be.
I mean, we watched them last week when they played against Lunar Galaxy, and I think Crispy was a player that stood out dramatically. I was so impressed with him. A player that we don't normally get to see on the RLCS. Sometimes they'll make a bit of a big run, then they get to make it onto the Friday broadcast. Obviously, it's Swiss. There's a lot of matches. And it's just been great to see him, firstly, come through in his games and perform clearly at the best level on his team and in the tournament, but also come on the interviews. Make sure that we can hear his mind. And because he doesn't normally do interviews, he's a little bit nervous. He was back on. He smashed him out of the park.
Yeah, he did the interview, and then after that went and scored my favourite goal of the tournament so far. He jumped, what did he do? He hit it backwards, spun round, waited for the ball to bounce off the wall, did a power slide skid to the left, and then jumped into the ball, scoring it. It was
He
on
did like a little
Salty
360.
Shores. Yeah, the 360 goal.
Yeah.
That was my favourite goal of last week as well. So
That was
bonus
nice.
points. Another $1 million towards Crispy for getting the goal of the tournament. Is that a thing? I presume that's a thing.
Probably.
Sure, if it's not, it's coming out of your own pocket. So
Comes out of Stumpy's pocket, agreed.
yeah, it's perfectly fine. Well, we've talked about last week a lot. Let's talk about this week. We already alluded to our first match of the day. Of course, it's going to be Endpoint CEX versus Grid Serve Resolve, and it is going to be a battle for Endpoint to stay as high as possible, and for Grid Serve Resolve try to climb out of that 9th spot. Again, as a reminder, Endpoint currently 4th, Grid Serve Resolve in 9th place. But if all the matches go the Resolve way, we're going to be looking at them making it to that top 6. We're also having just the whole of the games. So yeah, if we're looking, Endpoint, CX, and Grid Serve Resolve are going to be our first series of the day on stream. Fake German Amigos and Espartaco, that's the appearance of Espartaco, as our second, and 100% versus Oxygen are going to be closing out today. Each and every one of these matches means a lot. Fake German Amigos, Espartaco currently tied 5 and 7. Only by the virtue of game differential, Espartaco is in 5th, while German Amigos are in 7th. And come on, 2nd place versus the 1st place. These matches have been drawn up weeks ago, and yet we have number 1 versus number 2 today.
Yeah, it's going to be a belter, I think. I mean, as I keep saying, 100%. When is their streak of being in the top 3 going to end? I hope it doesn't end today, because I've really enjoyed seeing them up there. But against Oxygen, that is literally the hardest match you can possibly come up against. And we're not going to do predictions yet, because that's the game at literally the end of the day. So I think we have a lot of time to think about it. But chat, make sure that you're thinking of your prediction for all of these matches, because it's going to be interesting to see just who is actually good and knowing what is going on.
Well, without any further ado, match number 1 is going to be Endpoint CX versus Grid Serve Resolve.
Drum roll.
Drum roll. Just gonna be hitting microphone like crazy. Matain Arjuan, Toxic on the side of Endpoint versus Raziers, Ivan, and Cash. Just on paper, beautiful, strong rosters. And most importantly, despite the position, again, Endpoint, 4th, Grid Serve Resolve, 9th.
Yep.
Last time these two teams played, Resolve won 3-1.
That may well have been. That may well have been on the day where Endpoint had an absolute shocker. I think it was in the first 2 they were doing really well. Then on the 3rd day, they lost, I think, all 3 matches. And poor old Andy the Mandy had to come on here. The crowd were booing, they were throwing cans. Get out of the club. And he was like, no, I'm going to do an interview anyway. And genuinely fair play to him. And since then, under the watchful gaze of Andy the Mandy, they have stepped right back up. And now they find themselves, in 4th place, top 4, 6 and 6, slap bang in the center, results-wise, and 4th in table-wise. Performing so much better, Jar of Jam. Actually, some people go to you, performing so much better than Grid Serve Resolve. Because they've just upset me. Not even disappointed, upset. I'm hurt.
Resolve
4 and 8.
A really good team, and that's what always annoys me, because they're a brilliant side. They got to a top 4 in the RLCS. They were on the verge of a major, and then they just sort of seem to always have that massive collapse in them at some point. And it just seems to be because now we're in league play, that collapse has been spread over 4 weeks of gameplay. I hope that ends, and I hope that they can get a load of wins. They can maybe end the season or rather they can end the league play on 10 and 8. That'd be fun. That'd be good for them. That'd be a great record.
They need 6 wins in a row. Cool.
Yeah, that is my thought. That is the thing. They need a lot.
Not him.
I've also seen something on social media, guys.
Oh.
A little bit of something on social media. I've been trawling, and I saw that Cash is having some PC issues. He had a blue screen. I think that was today or yesterday.
That's a good.
And both
not
of
a
his
good screen.
2 of his monitors just went completely black. So yeah, not a good time for him.
Oh dear. Well, words of Cole have convinced me that Endpoint, with the help of Andy the Mandy, is going to take it. Your words, Stumpy, have made me very sad for Grid Serve Resolve. So I'm going to go with Endpoint for this game. Their form should probably continue, and they're going to improve that 6 and 6 record to a 7 and 6.
I go Endpoint 2. I've already said all I need to say. They're just sort of better right now.
They are better right now, yeah. The form pick is 100% Endpoint. But we will see. Could go either way on the day, etc. But surely Endpoint currently.
All Endpoint across the field. Also know who else is going to be picking Endpoint, and that's, of course, going to be Craftman and Boyo Royo. they're having their own team stream over at Team Endpoint, but there's many more ways you can watch this. If you want to follow your favorite team, check out, I believe, !streams potentially in the chat. We have a whole list of channels that you can watch the things on. But let's not just watch us. Let's watch the game. Stumpy and Cole, I give you the absolute pleasure of the series number 1.
So I'm just giggling away, Stumpy, because I've just seen in the warm up some beautiful sportsmanship. Did you catch this?
No, I tabbed in quite late, then put GLHF Kings, and then I got ignored.
It was Matchday for Team Endpoint, of course, saying, "I hope you get blue screen cannon." So there you go. That's some nice friendly banter, we hope, between the two of them.
Oh, Matane. They're rude. They're rude of him. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. My gosh, we've done many casts here on the Shift Summer League, and I hope everybody's enjoying it. We are back here for another week of games, or another 2 days of games, 6 games in total.
Ooh.
Series in total. Crumbs on a crumpet. We've got a lot of Rocket League coming.
We always do, mate. We always do. Then it's the playoffs after that, and the question
Are you
is...
eating a crumpet?
Yeah, I'm eating a huge crumpet. It's all gone. The crumpet has been consumed. Matane's driving an orange car. I hope he gets blue screen of death. For goodness sake,
He'll
you're on
probably
the
get an
blue
orange
team.
car of death.
Nice.
Thanks.
It does bug me.
I
That's
know
the
it
first
bugs you.
change I'd
You
make when I'm in charge.
mean-
You try and build it all up, and then you see Matane there going towards the orange goal. I'm like, what? Why? Why is... Oh, because he's blue.
Some would argue that you need to get over it.
Is that what you'd say? If you're in charge of Rocket League Esports, you'd say, get over it.
I'd say that to a lot of people, and you know for a fact I would. It's just normally it's not against you.
Oh,
normally,
well, that's sweet.
No, I'm not trying to be sweet. I'm trying to be factual. I'm
Wow.
saying that normally I say get over it to players who cry about maps and stuff. But this time I'm saying get over it to Cool Cole. Yes, I know that you've got the orange car, but you had that last week. You had that
Yeah, I
last
know.
time.
And I moaned about it last time. Anyway, we are starting this game. Grid serve resolve. 4-8, Stumpy. They need a win.
Yeah, they really do. I think Resolve will be disappointed with themselves. But doesn't this just sort of happen quite frequently? Like when we look at Resolve and their performance, even if they have MVP level performances, like with Toxic being MVP, I believe it was week 1, they still didn't. They're not really built on that from any level. Toxic goes behind one, crossbar down, steers to save it away, but they're going to need a lot more accuracy than that if they want to go up against the mighty NDP.
Yeah, NDP performing very well. Beautiful new jerseys as well that they sent to us recently. Thank you very much, Endpoint. And despite that, yeah, they have just seemed like the better team of these two in this event so far. Toxic, no small part of that, but he's going to have to redirect this one off the post. Almost landed on it, somewhat intentionally. And in comes Matane. And that's what happens when cars use the wrong colour.
What do you...
Confusion
that was
occurs.
his teammate.
Yeah, he was like, oh, lovely pass, so we're going to this goal, are we? That's the only thing that makes sense. Bosh.
Cash
Losing.
thinks that's his third teammate there, fourth on the side. But instead, that's wonderful from the blue side of Matane.
I mean, to be fair, it's been all Endpoint pressure since beginning. And Cash just, you know, waddles his car towards it and bumps it into his own net. Not ideal, the beginning there, but, you know, you can start a series of a goal loss and you can still come back to win, says I. You know, call me overly optimistic, but I don't think they're out of this one yet.
I'd have forfeited if this was ranked.
I know.
That'd be me gone. I wouldn't want to continue.
It would be 2v3. It would be me and Raziers. Satan's our third. Just scoring one again. Like, look, we equalise. It's fine.
No, I'm out. I've also left Discord. I've left voice chat.
You don't even know. You'll never know.
Exactly, yeah. I've blocked you on social messaging app, and I've removed you on every platform that I can. And I will never know that Resolve here brought 1 goal back.
You'll never ever look at the results.
I'll never look.
Well
We'll
done,
never
Resolve.
talk again.
They've steadied the ship and turned themselves back into a Rocket League team, which is good, but Cash has been beaten to the ball here by Arju, who gets a wee cheeky little flip reset towards the net. Ivan was waiting for it. Was he the first or the second Ivan in the end? I think he ended up as the second Ivan.
Ivan Prime, I think we decided him to be.
Is he
I
the
forgot
prime?
that
He's
all
Ivan
happened.
Primevan. Yeah, same. Oh, he's priming.
Oh, I love that. I love that explosion. That's so cool. That's a lovely shot as well from Ivan. Takes it up high. 1 reset over 1. Matane, I don't think thought it was going to be going there, but I mean, it looked quite savable. I don't want to be that guy, but it wasn't.
Wasn't
I
safe,
suppose-
no. True.
I suppose he was in the blue net and he was orange, so he might have thought, you know what?
No, they
this is
should be
what I
used to that
want.
by now. If I'm used to that by now, they can be used to that by now. But here comes Toxic. It's sent upwards by Raziers, who's been quiet in this event so far, like the whole thing. Less than less visible than we would hope and expect from a man who can certainly take whole events on his back and really pull away with them. But here is Matane going back confusingly towards his own net. Cash tackles him, won't fall for it again. Toxic into the center. Ivan's up. Ivan just bams it home. It was a poor setup, but Ivan with the finish.
Good aggression as well, making sure that this ball stays on that blue half. It was Cash trying to get in the way. Instead, he forces Toxic into an awkward touch, therefore sending it central. Ivan the first man to it. Used every ounce of his perfectly timed boost. Now get a 3-1 lead.
Suddenly, Resolve are back. We currently have Jeff in here. I believe he is casting and commentating on the Resolve team stream, wherever
Jeff?
that may be. Well-timed exclamation mark streams from somebody in chat. Thank you, Zach Productions.
Jeff Slimkins.
Yeah, Big Jeff.
Big Jeff. I like Jeff. Jeff's a goodie.
Hi, Jeff, as well. Why isn't Pete casting for Endpoint? It could really be like a battle
that'd
of,
be good.
Yeah, battle of the CEOs or COOs or whatever.
Yeah, whatever they do. I'd like to have them on the same stream too. That'd be quite fun.
They're just bickering.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, that wouldn't work. Casters bickering would never work, would it, Stumpy?
No, it wouldn't. And I'm not going to prove your point.
4-1 Resolve. Suddenly performing up to their usual standards. This is what we want to see. This is the team that's made it into the top 4 in all of EU in their time.
Oh.
Ivan gets to the backboard. Toxic has to send it away, but it's more Resolve pressure. It does seem that own goal has just put a jolt of life into them.
I mean, maybe it's also a brand new week. They're thinking clean slate, somewhere different. But this does seem to be quite a different Resolve. And my issue with it normally is finishing power. Yes, they might start a series well, but can they actually continue it well? Can they get the second and then ultimately the third win to win their 5th series?
Well, we'll have to see as the time goes on. This game's still not won yet, especially if Matane can send this one home. Cash falling from his own goal. Gets to the side. Now Matane's going to pick up 100 boost. Leave it to Arju, though, who beats Ivan. Ivan Prime wasn't fast enough on that occasion, and Razias has been read again by Matane, but it's not going to matter. They're just stealing a few seconds away here in their grid serve Resolve. They just have to avoid conceding. Razias takes a risky touch into the center. Here comes Matane to the backboard. Cash should get that one away and does, and that's probably going to be game 1. And what a turnaround that was.
Ivan has been, I think, the standout player for me on Resolve. On Resolve, he's been everywhere that he needs to be, and yeah, he's been set up by Cash a couple of times. Cash has set him up a couple of times. But overall, yeah, Ivan's had great aggression. He's not made Endpoint look comfortable at any given moment. I think maybe other series they have looked much more comfortable.
I'm very, very impressed and happy with this turnaround from Grid Serve Resolve, who end up taking game 1.
Game 1 of our beautiful Tuesday streams. Everybody, I have a question for you. So I saw this on social media, and Carl, I want to extend this question to you as well. You ready?
Oh, I'm part of everybody.
You are. What are you, / did you, have for dinner? Chat, what are you having for dinner tonight, or what have you had for dinner?
What? That's what you saw on social media?
Yeah, I just thought it was like a nice thing. Like, oh, I'd love to know what people have for dinner. And I agree with them.
What? Have Zoomers invented small talk?
No, I saw it on
guys,
TikTok.
have you seen the new TikTok trend? How's the weather?
Mini pizzas for jar of jam, which is good. Chili con carne, we love to hear that. Was that full meaty? Was that like a veggie version potentially? Let's see. Crab fries at the Imagine Dragons concert. Is that a reference that I don't get?
Yeah, everything's a reference you don't get, mate. That's the future. It's the internet nowadays. It's all references that we don't get.
Can you answer my question, please? Of what you had for dinner, or what you're going to have for dinner?
Chicken mushroom pasta.
I thought you're eating literally right now, that I heard you at the start of the series.
No, it's all gone.
It was. You're like, so Endpoint, Endpoint are doing very well.
It wasn't that bad. There was a bit of
delicious.
Chicken mushroom bridge.
That's what you were doing, you freak. I broke my jaw, so water. I'm sorry, Mercury RL. Get a stronger jaw soon, I hope. Jambalaya. Hello, delivery after burrito. What was in your burrito? Let's judge you.
Here's Cash on the left wing at the start of game 2. And he flicks that one into the corner. Razias takes a touch. Arju's just waiting. Suddenly Endpoint looking a little bit scared by what Grid Serve Resolve are capable of.
Tennessee chicken bundles from the real Will.
Ivan's going to wait on this boost.
Good.
Send it above Arju. Ivan has Cash in the center, but he can get past all of them. Brilliant play there from Ivan. Just the force field sending that ball forward. As Razias to the backboard. Matane can't quite get the flick. And now Cash can go high. Wants to go solo. Will there be a defense? Well, there'll have to be because a pause has been called.
They want to know exactly what Upon Isles had for dinner, and they had sweet corn and spicy Doritos. And to me, Cole, that sounds like a you meal, and that's not in a bad way, but it just sounds like a thing that you'd cook up if you were left alone.
How can you mix up sweet corn and spicy Doritos? Like, does it mean that you had corn on the cob and then Doritos on the side? Or does it mean that you dipped the Doritos into piles of sweet corn? Oh, one fell out.
Yeah,
I'll just get another bit of Dorito. And
You can have like a corn salsa type thing. You can make a corn
Oh,
salsa.
so like spun sweet corn, blended.
What are you on about? Spun?
You know what I mean? Like
You're
sweet
so
corn. Like,
bad at cooking. Go on. Again.
well, okay. What
It's
happens?
blended sweet corn.
Is that a thing?
Is that
a thing? Is that a thing? Sweet corn.
like
Slop
creamed
corn.
sweet corn?
Is slop corn a thing?
Like creamed corn?
Yeah, corn of cream. Cream of corn.
Cream of the corn. Oh god, no. I guess my thought would be either just like a tin of sweet corn.
Yeah.
And you just dip Dorito in it, which actually
So
I don't
you would
hate
dip.
that.
That sounds crazy to me, but no, because it would fall out. You'd have to balance it. No one's got that good balancing.
What of a massive Dorito chip?
How
that
big
you
are
can
your
then-
Doritos?
Big enough to hold a piece of corn.
Yeah, one, but like what I mean
What do
is
you mean?
fish
What?
out six.
How big are your corns?
You fish out like six, and
How
corn
big are
fall
your
off.
corns, Cool?
No, this is not efficient.
Corn coal over here.
It's not
How
efficient.
massive are they?
How is it efficient to use
I'm not
a
arguing that
Dorito
it's
thing?
efficient.
Right, so why would you do it then?
I'm
you want
saying-
efficiency when you dip.
I'm saying you can have like what? How many pieces of corn could you fit, like comfortably on a Dorito?
I mean, if I'm just
like,
doing it, if I'm doing
10?
it to like, yeah, well, you can go to the circus then, and everyone would applaud you.
I'm not trying to get plaudits how much corn I can fit on a Dorito.
You call them
I'm
corn
just
dips
saying
for your plaudits.
that my corns are not massive like yours.
What, you don't want corn dip plaudits?
What? Stop trying to wordplay out of this. Just talk to me.
Here's Ivan into the centre. Arju catches. He's got Cash below him. Metane's going to look for Ivan there. But Toxic goes up the wall, round the corner, and it should be defendable for grid serve resolve.
A minute and 45 already gone, and I think either side has had a couple of chances, but we've only seen a single shot coming in. It was only Cash at the start. Of course, we had a little bit of an error halfway through. Not going to really be benefiting
Yeah, when you
any
thought
team
you'd
in
use a
particular.
Dorito to get sweet corn out of a tin. That's the error.
That's not what I said. I said that I'd dip it. Would I decant the sweet corn? I don't know. I've not tried this. Would you
see.
decant the sweet corn?
All I want to know is cream of corn a thing?
Yes,
Blended
cream.
sweet
It's not
corn.
saying cream of corn. It's just creamed corn. It's not like cream of mushroom or cream of chicken. It's just creamed corn.
Yeah, well, it's like some people call it hummus. I call it cream of chickpea. That's fine.
Cream of chickpea. Name one other ingredient that goes into hummus.
Cream.
Ah! No.
Is
Minute
it
and a
into the
half.
backboard?
No,
Wants
I'm
to get the
going.
double tap. Oh, it's
I'm
brilliant. And
going.
Ivan finishes it in the far corner.
Oh, you overwrote me. I was going to have some really good wordplay there.
Sorry.
Reserves, though. I love seeing the movement from him and then the lovely touch central. Maybe thinking there was going to be the double. That's what Toxic was covering with this very limited boost. Instead, Ivan, again, the final man at the end for resolve.
To answer your question, salt.
I suppose
Salt
that would
goes
be
in cream of chickpea. I presume.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, in most savory
GG.
things, it does.
Ah, there you go.
In pretty much everything that you eat, including sweet things, guys, salt will just make it better. That's a little tip. But if you're having cereal, put a little bit of salt on it. It'll just taste better.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Really?
If you really
Okay.
want to go crazy, chuck a fistful of MSG on your cornflakes and go for a ride.
MSG's good.
Go for a
MSG's the
journey.
winner. I always put MSG on my fish and chips.
That'd be
Just
good.
sprinkle it. Probably would. Is that like a flavor exaggerator?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Monosodium glutamate, I think it is. Or like glutamase or something like that. But yeah, it's really good. MSG's great. I've got a pot of it in the cupboard. It's wonderful.
Well, speaking of really good, Arju's quite good at Rocket League.
That was awesome.
The Italian goes to the ceiling. We're not talking about Italian food so far today. Maybe we will.
Ooh.
Maybe we won't. Toxic sends it forwards. Ivan into the corner. And Metane's already up. I'm just a little bit sad that you didn't like plaudits for your corn dips. That was good, man.
The guy who originally brought up our corn Dorito debate, which I suppose actually isn't Dorito a corn chip?
It is.
So,
yeah.
so,
it already
doesn't
is cream
corn
of
just make
corn.
sense? Corn just makes sense as a topping for a corn chip. But what has happened, Cole, is that he tested it. He gets 6 can fit on the average Dorito, but 8 on a larger chip. So maybe
That's
my 10 was
crazy.
a little bit big. And you with your massive corn coal That's going to be like 2 you could fit on.
And
like,
using
piece
your
of
logic,
garlic.
using your logic that because Doritos are made of corn, you can put corn on them. It's the same reason I put flour on my bread.
You do that. You dust like rolls with flour, and like you dust like loaves of bread with flour.
That's an annoyingly good point. Arju shoots! Retain fakes, but it's saved. Yeah, that's like, oh yeah, good point.
30 seconds with Cash now trying to go for that attack and continuing it much further past the goal line.
please.
Literally, bro, are the players paying as much attention to this series as we are?
Genuine question, who's being more professional right now? The players own goaling or me and Stumpy casting this? Because we're at least doing some commentary. We've upped our games. They need to stop doing this.
Yeah, that's the second own goal. Only one though per team, so 1-1. Turn in the favour. 2-0 for Resolve, and they're going to be looking to go to get their 5th win against the team that we all pegged to say they were going to be getting the dub. Endpoint, they cannot do it right now against their usually a team that they would put on the same level as them.
I was going to catch it, and that will indeed be game. And Andy the Mandy has to do some work because his equivalent Tadpole is having everything his own way right now. I was really thinking Patriot, but that's a country thing. What's a somebody's got the same job as you but on the other side? Your contemporary? Your there is a word for it.
I think
sure.
contemporary, isn't it?
Is it your contemporary?
Your adversary?
Feels a bit harsh, to be fair.
But it does work, at least.
Would you go and watch like the Marvel film or other superhero films are available of Andy the Mandy versus Tadpole
Andrew the Mandrew.
versus Taddy P?
Yeah, I do think Andrew the Mandrew would win that one quite decisively.
Depends what it is. If it's like a fight to the death with fists,
I was
then
imagining, like they just beat each other up.
Okay, then yeah, my money is also on Andy the Mandy. Anyway, 2-0, grid serve Resolve, and it's Andy the Mandy's team that is not currently winning.
Yeah,
So the Battle of the Rocket League Wits. that's the next superhero film venture, and it is all Endpoint.
It's the forever beef that these two teams have got against each other. And I'd say, you know what, Carl, with a 2-game advantage, I'm still not comfortable giving advantage to Resolve.
You don't trust him?
I just really don't. I just feel like I can't.
Do you know what I know?
Not much.
That garlic goes in hummus.
It does, yeah.
So there you go. That's another one.
Name the other main ingredient alongside chickpeas that goes in hummus.
I'd go with 60 milliliters of cold water, probably.
Right. You think you'd go with cold water over tahini, would you?
Yeah. Plus, I'd add 30 milliliters of water for a looser consistency.
I think you should.
Yeah,
I think that's what I used to do.
A tablespoon of olive oil is optional to garnish it.
How much tahini out of interest?
3 tablespoons. I'd
Nice.
probably guess.
Nice. What
then
flavour does
one
that
lemon.
bring to the hummer?
Tahini.
Just the tahini flavour.
Yeah.
I bet you don't like hummus because it's too creamy or something.
No, I do like hummus. I like it when it's a bit grittier, but I wouldn't want it too creamy. I do like a little bit of like, you can feel like the little, like, bitty bits. I like that.
The what? The bitty... You're connecting.
The little bitty bits. Right, your little litty gritty.
I know what I'm about.
Hummusy.
I'm quite a textural eater, so I agree with you on that. I quite like having the like little bits in that if I'm expecting it, you know.
Ivan picks up 100 boost and goes back to his own backboard, and Arju's already up. Great pre-challenge from him. What's that going to do for Team Endpoint? Toxic wants to put his foot on the accelerator. Endpoint in need of a goal. They have one already. How happy they'd feel if they can get a second one to add to the docket. Is that a docket? I don't know what a docket is, but it sounds right.
A docket is sort of like a pamphlet, I suppose, would be what I say.
You could add a goal to a docket then, couldn't you?
I think so. Is it? I don't quite know how a docket differs from a docket differs from a pamphlet.
How does a docket differ?
A doffet differs from a docklet because I think a dockleaf gets rid of stinging nettle stings.
If you go to the doctor.
Very true. What a doll. Brazil on the right side. Actually manages to get it off Cash yet again.
Oh,
Speeds
lovely.
in. Could have left that for Ivan. Instead, it realises Toxic's there. Gets the double himself. Nay problemo.
Gets the first Resolve goal of this game on the docket. In his pocket.
Good. Oh.
Put that one on a locket and open it up.
Whoa.
And
Pop
you
it.
will pop
Oh, another own goal!
it. It wasn't. Was it actually?
Yeah, it was. Hang on, look at when this replay
man.
slows down. Yeah. All right, hang on. It's a miss from him, and then... boom, boom.
Oh, they both hit it as
Yeah.
well. Toxic and Metane teaming up. For our third own goal, everyone spam your threes. That is our third own goal of the day, and there was a low 5 as well. Rush Till Wander is definitely correct there.
That goes on the docket. It's right on there. That's a docket sitter if ever I've seen one.
Hey, if I was reviewing their games and I saw that, then I'd look at their score and I'd think, I should dock it.
Oh, it's a long shot. Oh, it's a cash goal. Oh, it's 3 for Resolve. Maybe, you know what? I should have I should have believed in them to not throw.
What a touch that was from Razias as well, to
Great.
go from that awkward angle, have the comms to say I got this in time as well, because like you go for that touch in ranked and your teammates are going for it too, and it is a nightmare, okay? And then he has not only got it, hit it to the ceiling towards his teammate, and then Cash was there waiting for it as well. An exemplary example of SSL pro-level teamwork.
Cash also, he was the last man back and knew that he could be out-argued for that final touch. So fair play to him for having the ambition and also confidence in himself to really go for it.
Ivan's going to take a touch. Razias is just chilling in goal, dodging bumps and demos as well, geniusly. And eventually, he does get his reward in the shape of a ball. Round, if you will. Cash is almost round his opponent, but has to wait, get a touch round, and this is the one. He's going to round it up. Is he with the shot? It's almost in!
Deary doodles.
But it's not in.
That really could have, should have, would have been in. Just not enough boost to wrap his car around it. And we're halfway through. 2 goals to chase for Endpoint right now. Well, yeah, but they're 6 and 6. Their difference actually isn't that much. It's literally the difference between winning one. That's it. It's fine.
Shout out to Jar of Jam, who's currently having a cry because we, quote, made him change his prediction. No, we didn't make you change your prediction, Jar
You
of Jam.
did. You
were
did.
you were gonna. He was
did.
going to change after what he said because you and I agreed. He was like, "Oh, we can't all agree. That's boring." I was like, "No, stick." I made him stick to his convictions. Just that his convictions were very wrong so far.
Cole was going to refuse to cast if he went with Resolve, and turns out he refused to cast anyway.
Cash shoots. And Razias is there in the corner. It's saved. This is great from Resolve. I'm loving this.
Yeah, it's really good. It's nicely managed. Oh, that was double commit. That's a shame. Don't score from this now. All right, well done, Razias. You've saved your blushes.
Yeah, this is looking like a very, very comfortable Grid Serve Resolve 3-0. Will take them 5 and 8 and put Endpoint, perhaps the first time in this event, into negative win-loss. It'll make them 6 and 7. And that'll sting, mate. That'll sting.
That will sting. So I was taking a sip of my orange squash there.
Oh, yeah, people are wondering what that is. Is it orange squash, is it?
Yeah, which I
Fruit
don't
and
know.
barley?
It's that brand. You know what I mean? It's that brand. It's not fruit and barley.
Right,
It's just
okay.
that brand. I don't even know what makes it fruit and barley. Is that fruit and barley in it? I'd assume so.
I don't know. Are you just asking questions for yourself, or did someone ask that?
No, I'm asking that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were reading that. The way you worded it made it sound like you were reading someone else's question. And then...
I was reading it from my mind.
Anyway, here's Ivan in the corner. Gets it past Arju. One more surge forwards will be enough for Grid Serve Resolve to win it all, to defeat Team Endpoint when it matters most, to go 5 and 8, to keep themselves alive, to keep up the hope of making the playoffs in the Shift Summer League. One more save will be enough. Razias, he's met by Metane. They've got the same color car, but no one minds. 3 seconds now. It resolves. They take the win. They can't be stopped, and it's almost anointed for another own goal, but Razias sends it down, and it's a result in the win.
Yeah, it was good. It's good, that. Good little series. Resolve taking that. 3-0, by the way.
3-0.
By the way. Outrageous. Why are they good now? I have seen a mean comment in chat. Do you want to read the mean comment and call out the person?
Yeah.
Hillo has said, maybe Cash noticed that these matches don't matter anymore, so his team once again started winning at that point. Now, I'm not going to disagree, Hillo. I'm not going to disagree with you. But I thought you basically said my opinion, but I get to now put it onto you. So, any hate or love, send it towards Hillo. Thank you.
I always say Hilio. I'm a Hilio kind of guy when it comes to...
Hello? Is that what it is? I can only assume that is.
I've never thought of that, and now it's all I can think of. For goodness
Hello.
sake. Hilio, you have been ruined by Stumpy. Well done,
Hello.
mate. Hey, here's Jar
What?
Jam.
Here's the Here I am. Hi, hello.
You just spoke him into existence. He was not ready for
Yes.
that.
Yeah, everyone, if you look in the mirror and say Jarav Jam 3 times, he does appear. So use that wisely.
Beetlejuice. One thing I do ask, just don't like poof me out of existence, please.
I would never.
You created me, like I don't want you to like undo me. But one thing has come undone here, and that is Endpoint. My goodness. Even the first game, Endpoint put 9 shots on target, but it was all resolved all throughout. And the amount of own goals, what is this? Hero 2024? Sorry, we've had that track of conversation during our first day. It's already in the past. Own goals, no. Euro, no. And yet this series just had the combination of the weirdest, wackiest goals I feel like we've seen throughout the whole tournament right here on the stream. And as a result, Resolve comes, I think, a very worthy and really deserving winner of the series. That 3-0 really speaks for their gameplay.
And it was a good resolve too. They didn't just luck into that win. They really worked for it. They put forward a performance that clearly they've not been doing in the rest of the tournament against teams that are worse than Endpoint. I'm very impressed with how Resolve have done that. And now that would then be the second time that they've played them. Did Endpoint win the first match?
Nope, that was Resolve 3-1. Now they've improved to 3-0. So one of the reasons I was thinking Resolve before, the noodle incident.
Yeah, I mean, Resolve, like, they performed better throughout. At no point, to my eyes, did it seem like Endpoint were the better team. They had a couple of leads, obviously. I mean, actually, no, that's not true. The very start of the series, until the own goal that they got for them, Endpoint were way better. And we were thinking, yeah, this is what we'd be expecting. I mean, this is the Resolve that we've been seeing so far in this tournament. But ever since that moment, it was just Resolve dominance. And maybe there is a chance. Some people said they could go 10-8. I don't know who they've got to come up, but if they keep playing like that, there is a chance if they just have some consistency.
Yeah, I mean, that's one. That's one down against an opponent that is sitting higher than you currently in the table. Their next match is going to be against JJ Rocks. I don't want to say that's a dub straight up, but that's good for them coming up. And then later today, they're then up against Jobless. It's a rough run for them towards the end of the day.
That's a toughie.
And then tomorrow, who do they have? Oxygen.
Another toughie.
Yeah. Lunar Galaxy, winnable, but a toughie. And then, Saudade. So a close one. Okay.
Impossible.
They've got a good few chances, I think, to get a couple more wins here. But it's going to be a lot harder for them, I think, than if they just won a little bit earlier on.
Well, the fact that they've won one now, at least, is huge for them, because we look at these series that are sort of toughies, and when you have a win under your belt, they suddenly seem a whole lot more possible. When you are 4-8 and struggling, nothing's going right, in other events as well, Resolve have been struggling. I've seen some tweets saying, what's going on, it's not working for us, etc. Suddenly it all seems, the toughies become 3 times as tough. But now they've got that one win. The next one's a bit more of a freebie, so hopefully they'll come in. If they can come in against Jobless 2-0 on the day, they will be fully confident and have a bit of a free hit. And that Jar of Jam could be exactly what they need.
Well, it is still a long road. 2 more series. You need to be focused and on point for every single one of them. Folks, we have a couple of results coming in from the other games happening at the same time. We were not the only 3-0. Let's mention Saudade. They are 3-0 versus JJ Rocks. Sets them in quite a good position. They've jumped 4 spots so far, settling themselves in the 4th position. So right now they are comfortably in a playoff. A win for Saudade. Under other 3-0, Jobless 3-0 Espartaco. So that's Jobless climbing up, or rather keeping their 3rd spot so far pretty tight. And finally, of course, we have seen 3-0 from Resolve over Endpoint, a 3-1 for 100% versus 100% fake win. German Amigos. So that's them solidifying a 2nd position, 100%.
100% utterly smashing this, aren't they? What a team. I love to see that, honestly. I love in events like this, where teams come together and they just perform that little step up without the pressure of the past, without the sort of history of, we lost to this team 2 weeks ago, or we didn't qualify for this event 6 months ago, whatever it might be. They are just taking this as it is and dominating. And I'm very, very impressed getting MVPs as well under their belts.
We've also got, interestingly, over on the Oxygen match, it is Oxygen versus Lunar Galaxy. X Complexity. I believe they're back, going by the logo, and CRR is currently playing for them, which is nice. Yeah, they are currently winning 2-1 our Lunar Galaxy. So, Oxygen, they are under risk of their number 1 spot right now, but of course they're still locked in for one of the top 6 spots. So they just need to try and play for their seeding at current.
Well, those teams are going to be on our screens later on today, specifically Oxygen Esports, our last match of the day. But for now, let's celebrate the winners, and we have none other than the coach of Grid Serve Resolve, Tadpole, with us. Tadpole, welcome to Shift Summer League, and congratulations on that victory. That was something else. You guys smashed it.
Hey guys, yeah, thank you very much. It was a good recovery series from us, to be honest, after a couple of difficult weeks. But yeah, really happy with the series.
Yeah, we're not in your shoes and watching the team play, but we've seen earlier on the show today the slide that Grid Serve Resolve took in the standings. This is a wonderful bounce back and already a second win versus Endpoint. What is the secret? What is it about Resolve versus Endpoint that just gets you winning every single time?
I think Endpoint we've had a really good rivalry with, not just now, but of course across the RLCS split as well. They're a phenomenal team, and I think that we have so much experience against them. Up until Shift League, we've kind of traded games very often. Luckily for us, the last 2 series have gone our way. I've done a lot of homework and stuff like that and tried to prepare it as best as possible. But I think for us today, it's all been about the mental preparation, and the boys have been really up for it, and you can see that in the gameplay for sure.
And of course, speaking as a coach, how much of our Rocket League is mental game versus the technical game versus anything else you can throw at it? Are you going to say 50-50, somewhere else?
I think for me personally, I'd honestly go as far as 90. I think 90% in favor of mental. I think that that's probably more of a personal thing to me in terms of coaching, but I think that the difference that I have seen across years of coaching in teams that have got a good mentality and teams that don't is phenomenal. And certainly for us, it's been our biggest challenge the last couple of weeks. I think the boys know that, and we had a big conversation going into today about how we're going to fix it, and they looked very good in the first series because of that. And yeah, we'll see. I'm really, really proud of their response, and we'll have to keep it up the rest of the day for sure.
A bit of an open-ended question, I suppose. What it is about Razir, Zyvan, and Cash specifically that you feel like makes such a great team?
I think they've got, I've always said they've got an incredible ability to talk about issues and go through issues together. They've always had a sense of camaraderie that's got them through difficult times. And I think for me, that's what we've lost recently. I think, and teams go through periods like that where you can lose some good attributes that you have. But they've responded really well today to get that back, and you can sense the difference in our team environment. So many more jokes, the relaxed nature of it comes back, and all of a sudden they're playing good Rocket League again. And it can be difficult, when losses are happening. It can be easy to get stressed and lose yourselves in that. So I think maintaining their personality has been a huge stretch, and something we're hoping to get back in the team for sure.
We've had other folks on the desk during interview segments speaking about the same thing as well. Just a great atmosphere in the chat, joking or just ribbing off one another really brings the game together. And I love to hear that you and Resolve are doing just that. Let's quickly mention you have 2 more series, one versus JJ Rocks, the other one versus Jobless. A bit of a different 2 series. Of course, Jobless currently 3rd, JJ Rocks occupying the 10th spot. Are you confident that with the form that your team has come to today's play, are they going to take both of the games?
I think we've left ourselves in a difficult position where we need to win out, given the record we've been on, given the fact that we dropped out of playoffs, and that puts us under a bit of pressure to recover. I know that we've got the quality enough to go 6-0 in the next 2 days, and this is a great start to that. Our goal will be to win every series, and that's the goal that we'll hold ourselves to. I know the boys have got the quality to do that. The league play system is obviously incredible because you get to see teams' inconsistency just like our own. Obviously, Jobless went 3-0 in day 1 and then 0-3 in day 2. You get big swings like that. I think anyone can beat anyone else. So we have to take it series by series, but I'm excited for the rest of the day.
Oh, well, speaking of which, I've been asking this pretty much out of everybody. League play, this is coming from a long, long time ago, and you're actually one of the players back in Season 9 Rival Series who played the last ever league play season in big RLCS ecosystem. How do you feel like? Is it nice to have something like this back? Have you been missing league play yourself?
Absolutely, I've missed it. I think, yeah, first and foremost, like as a football fan, league play is such an incredible thing. I love it as a format. I'm really glad that Shift decided to take it that direction with it. It just gives a new dynamic, and to not only to have a new dynamic, but to be playing often, playing lots of different teams, the variety of it, I think is great. So yeah, I think it's been a really cool experience, regardless of our own results so far, and just pray that we can get into playoffs next week and continue that too.
Well, Tadpole, it has been an absolute treat to have you here on the desk, picking your brain. Congratulations once again on winning your series versus Endpoint. Go get some rest. Go motivate the guys, because it feels like you are a big part of this team and the way they're playing. And thank you very much for being here with us.
Thank you, guys. Cheers.
All right, folks, and we're going to quickly go on a break. When we come back, second series of the day. Fake German Amigos take on Espartaco. We'll be right back after this.
Coming home at 4 a.m., staring at the holes in the ceiling. Feels a little smaller now as I'm trying harder to breathe in. Lying in the sheets, caught up in between dreaming and a nightmare. Ghost in the machine, you're haunting my sleep, a familiar stranger. Loving can be so hard sometimes. Give me a feeling in the silence. I need you as my alibi to wake me up tonight. Nothing I change to make me right. Trying, but there's nowhere to hide. So I need you as my alibi to wake me up tonight. Waking in the morning, I can't hear you in the kitchen. Nothing feels right, and on my bed can't make me fit in. Lying in the sheets, caught up in between dreaming and a nightmare. Ghost in the machine, you're haunting my sleep, a familiar stranger. Loving can be so hard sometimes. Give me a feeling in the silence. I need you as my alibi to wake me up tonight. Nothing I change to make me right. Trying, but there's nowhere to hide. So I need you as my alibi to wake me up tonight.
Welcome back to Shift Summer League with Jam, Stumpy, Cole, and some great Rocket League. We have just seen Gritserve resolve pretty much not leave a rock standing in their series versus Endpoint CEX, but it is time to turn our attention to Series 2 of the day, and it is fake German Amigos versus Espartaco. It's always fun to pronounce it like that. It's not fun to see where these teams are currently sitting. 9th and 8th with a similar scoreline of 5 wins, 8 losses. The only differential, the only way we can even differentiate these teams were off the fact that Big J just lost 1 extra game. Stizzy, Dorito, and Dying, Tekos, Rizex, and a new face in Shift Summer League. How did we end up saying it? I see like 10 different variations of that name right now in the chat.
I think in the RLCS, I've always said Edgeby.
Edgeby's my instinct as well.
Yeah,
Edgeby.
but
And we've heard
also-
Edgeby in our little production Discord too. We'll go Edgeby wins it. The Edgeby's wins
Okay,
it.
it's just
the
edged it.
Edgeby's win it. Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's nice. I've also got, guys, sorry, I also want to take us back a second. A little bit of information.
Whoa.
Oxygen have just suffered their 2nd loss of the entire tournament so far. They ended up losing to Lunar Galaxy X Complexity. It was 3-2 in their series. That is Oxygen now 11-2. How embarrassing!
Oh mate, I'm looking at Hoodoo now. He looks distraught. I think he's gonna
know.
cry. That is a sad little man.
He's also cut all of his hair off. which
I
is a
know.
shame.
That's probably why I'm a sad little man. I'm outraged.
Maybe.
That's not Hoodie Who. That's somebody else. I do not believe that this man is Hoodie
I
Who.
know.
That cannot be right.
It looks far
It's
too
unbelievable.
kempt. Far too kempt.
Yeah. He does.
Anyway,
he
folks,
does.
you cannot even see it. We're just currently describing
sorry.
you a man that you
a
don't even
human
know
being,
how he
a
looks.
fellow human.
But now we're also describing that man that you don't know how he looks cut his hair. So great looking man. Just
Well, they
a
do
little
know
bit
how he looks, Jarab Jam, because of course they watch the North American Shift Summer League broadcast, which he brilliantly hosts. I see how you're throwing shade on your fellow host. I see this competition, Jarab Jam. I see you.
No. All I know that he wanted to look just like me. He cut his hair because I at some point cut my hair. Would you believe it
At
or
some
not
point
that
you
I
have?
had?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you believe it or not that I had like hair up to this?
Did
Up
you
to my
really?
shoulders.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at some point.
Oh wow, me and you both, brother. Cole, how long's your hair got?
I've had like hair down to here maybe in my time, only from laziness, not from
Oh
any
my
sort of statement. But
God.
not as long as you
Wait,
guys.
do you mean like? Do you
I mean like year
as
11.
As in like it started there and then it's grown to there? Or do you
No,
mean like you know how my hair used to be like down to my collarbone? Like
Yeah, no, I
long
never had anything
hair?
like that. No, I mean
Okay.
from here it was a bit shaggy. It was never anything like you freaks had. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
There was a bit of decorum about me,
Right, well that's
at the
rude,
very
isn't it?
least.
That's
Yeah,
just
sorry.
harsh.
Sorry, I didn't mean that. I'm really mean and sad now.
Okay, idea for the new segment on the show. We bring our childhood pictures, specifically the ones with long hair. I want to see you two with long hair. Oh God,
don't
I
even
so
know
want
if
to
there's
see
any
it.
photos.
Mine was not a childhood picture. This was like 6 years ago. 5
You had a
years ago,
TV
something
show
like
when you had yours, mate. You
I
went on the
did have a
telly
TV
once a
show.
week with it.
that. Very
With
true.
your
Very
friend
true.
Lynn.
Yeah, I've
Back in the
shockingly
good
had a
old
glow
days.
up. I've had a glow up and ended here, so that's nice.
Yeah, so moving up, right? We are moving up. Right, it's all fun and games, a little bit of giggles, but wow. Oxygen losing their second series, that still has not shaken them from the first spot in the standings, but now the differential between them and 100% in the second spot is only 1 win. And if 100% win and Oxygen loses, 100% takes the number 1 spot again by the virtue of game differential. But let's bring our attention back to this series. Fake German Amigos and Espartaco. Last time these two have matched up, it was Fake GA 3-0.
Wow.
But Espartaco has a lot to save. So
Yes.
I feel like even with HB, Ivan is out, by the way. That's the player that HB has replaced. So no more Ivan.
Well, because he
Prime
lost the battle of the Ivans. They just got rid of him. That feels harsh. He was doing his best. But yeah, no, fair enough. I mean, to be fair, Espartaco have made a huge job, did start to make a huge jump up, getting into the top 5, I believe, from their own glow up. 1 loss for them and 1 loss to Fake German Amigos coming into this series has taken Espartaco down 3 places and Fake German Amigos down 2 places. So their places in the table, while they look dangerous and trepidatious, maybe isn't quite as bad as it seems, because clearly we are in a very swingy phase of the event right now. So if they win this one, suddenly things might look a lot more healthy.
And that's why this week, today and tomorrow, folks, at 7 p.m. Central European Summertime, just like today, we're going to be having our final day, match day number 6. And it is crazy. But right here, it is Fake GA for me. Let's just put everything on a table. Let's put our prediction and say who is going to win it for me. It's Fake German Amigos. Yes, 5-8. They would love to do better. But between these two, Fake German Amigos last time were incredibly confident versus their opposition. So it's GA, fake or not, all the way.
Yeah, for me, I'm the same. I go Fake German Amigos here. I think from everything that I've seen, typically, I prefer them as a team over Espartaco. They're both in very similar positions right now, but I expect them to not finish next to each other towards the end of the entire tournament. So I think Fake German Amigos have got that little bit more edge, a little bit more experience at this level too, even though, of course, there's that new player coming in.
I'm a huge fan of Spanish Rocket League, and I'm a huge fan of Dorito as well. I'm going to go for Espartaco, especially with City coming over from North America. Always excites me. And I think I like this team. I like the fact that they had a poor start, stepped back up. I'm not going to be too shaken by 1 loss. There are going to be losses in an event like this when you're up against these great teams.
Wow. Just a quick update on the other series. This game will be happening on your screens. Oxygen will be playing Jobless, and Sodat are going to be playing Luna Galaxy. These are the 2 series that have the closest of the 2 teams, but big update and might spell trouble for Oxygen. Archie out for the rest of the day. Snasky, the coach, is stepping in.
Snazzo.
Wow, that's going to be something else. And of course, at the end of the day, our final series of the day is going to be Oxygen versus 100%.
We get to cast Snasky.
Yes, you get to cast Snasky.
Yeah. Oh, at production, we've just got to watch Snasky, right? Let's just watch some Snasky. Yeah, this is leftovers, isn't it?
What a throwback. But before we go back to the future, forward to the past, whichever way we're gonna go, first we need to see Fake German Amigos versus Espartaco. There's only one way to do that. With you guys, take it away.
All right, well, we've got that to look forward to a little bit later on with Oxygen and Oxygen Snasky taken to the pitch. I'm genuinely so intrigued to see how he ends up playing. But here we have got Espartaco versus Fake German Amigos, and Cole, Edgeby, the new man to the team.
The new man to the team who's just spammed go, 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 and the referee said wait. And I'm going to keep on calling out these players for doing these silly things. Maybe I'm not meant to. Sue me. Edgeby, that is not good enough, young man, when you're stepping in as being a silly Billy. And now this referee says join, and here we are. And Edgeby's saying no, they just can't help themselves, Stumpy. What is it with these kids?
I know, I like Edgeby for that. I like him for that. I think that's fun. I think that's exciting. I think if it was back in the day where when you join a team, it then starts the countdown that cannot be interrupted for the game to start, then Edgeby would be the bad guy. But now, as long as you leave in time, you're okay. You're going to be all right.
Edgeby, who's a player who's been on the cusp of the LCS for a very long time. He's made $12,000 according to Wikipedia in his time. So he's been... Say again?
What about according to his bank statements? You going to keep doing a deep dive on him?
No, I'm just saying Wikipedia says that for people
Go on,
who are
what's
wondering.
his address? Go on, mate.
I don't know. I can tell you that he's Danish. So somewhere in Denmark, I would presume.
Okay, you would presume.
I would
Interesting.
presume. Interesting. So what I'm saying is that this is the man who has been, in the bubble scene, but he's not like, completely up and coming. He has been in and about for a very long time, and maybe a tournament like Shift Summer League could be his breakthrough event. ...
Could be indeedy. But yeah, I've been intrigued to see how HB fits in on this team as well, because Rizex and Tekos, we've seen a decent amount from them, more from Rizex, admittedly. Tekos is that young man who has been incredibly mechanical, very exciting to watch. It'll be intriguing to see if HB helps or hinders him in that regard.
We will see as we venture forwards into this series. Espartaco versus Fake German Amigos. Fake German Amigos team, or team name is German Amigos, that has sort of been the gatekeepers for Rocket League major qualification for a very long time. And it is Espartaco that start off better.
And it's Stizzy, the man who has come back over from North America to kick it all off. Dorito sets him up on the goal line. Edby can't make a touch to it, else he's going to own goal. And Stizzy sees his name up in lights. No problem. Sends her in. Minute and a half gone.
The question is, how many sweet corns could you fit on Doritos Fennec?
I think probably 8. It's a large Dorito.
Oh, that one's going in. It's a good shot from Dying. Dorito follows up. And Dying is waiting. Clean touch from him as well. Looking very composed so far, Espartaco.
No, I've been very intrigued to see how Espartaco have actually been climbing up the table, as we spoke about on the pre-show, because we only get to see little snippets of them, and then they kind of go away for a little bit, then they come back, well, oh my gosh, okay, now you're much better than the last time we saw you guys.
Ooh,
oh my god.
Good read from Stizzy again. I'm very impressed with these intricate touches that Espartaco are making. They are looking composed, they're looking solid, they're looking very mechanical indeed. Some of the recoveries and the touches that they're making. But on the other end, here come Fake German Amigos. Another huge save from Dorito. And pace-wise, so far Dorito is the fastest man on the pitch.
We're halfway through, and that goal from Stizzy is still the one that's keeping Espartaco alive. That's a lovely touch, central.
Damn.
Stizzy, he is doing something special today.
Stizzy is playing very busy, and he gets another assist potentially into the center. Dying's following up. Espartaco looking to me like the superior team so far, until through come Fake German Amigos. Tekos tries to take out Stizzy.
Stizzy again?
Unable to. Dying with the clean first touch. Forwards hill march. Takes a clean one and shoots! And it finds its way in past Edgeby.
I remember Dying being a player that we really focused on last time as well, where he's conjured this up from seemingly nowhere. A lovely flick past Edgeby. Tekos being called in to maybe save that, but he's unable to get there. And Rizex then typing VAR, maybe thinking that he got the save.
I think that our servers will disagree, and that's what we have to trust. But here comes Dorito up against Tekos. Anyone following through for that one? No, Stizzy is there yet again. I continue to be impressed with Espartaco. Look like a real high-level team right now. The distance that they have between each player, the difference in approaches, the slight mechanical moment rather than completely focusing on mechanics. The fakes as well. Espartaco looking like a step above so far.
Yes, a nice fake too. I think I could see that from the side starting to happen. I'm happy that Dorito, I believe it was, then just moved his car away from that ball to allow that next player in. We'll do that playoff race and see how close it is to Espartaco and Fake Joe and Amigos, both vying for a spot. Currently both sitting at 5 and 8. A win here would differentiate them from the other and get that 2-game difference.
Yeah, 2-series swing basically if you win this one. So it pretty much counts for double compared to the other team. And if some of the teams above these guys lose as well, they might jump 2 or 3 places up the league. So essentially a massive opportunity. Both of these guys. As Tekos trying to take his own opportunity. Dying gets it backwards. Edgeby's already up towards Rizex. But it's too telegraphed. And it's being read yet again by Espartaco.
Final minute of Fake Joe and Amigos to really put forward something that they could do. It's a lovely demo. A stop dead on the goal line, or a dead stop ball from Dorito. Not quite on the goal line, was a little bit further out than that. Chance to come in again for Espartaco. No goal, no chance. 45 seconds, Fake Joe and Amigos putting themselves back yet again on defense.
Stizzy leaves Dying to it. Dying could get the double here, but Tekos was nippy. Edgeby's already forward, playing in front of the ball. That's what we need from Fake German Amigos. A bit more creativity and belief. It's over the top from Tekos. It should be in now. It's actually Tekos' goal, and it's 2-1.
What a steal. What a steal as well. Tekos are going right in front of it. Comes back down. Actually hits it potentially back out. Probably going in anyway, but then finds its way in off that backside of the blue defender. One gold caught back up. Espartaco need to make sure they keep their composure. But on the kickoff, it is clear advantage to fake German Amigos.
Here comes HB, he gets to the corner. It's via a bump. Read from Stizzy, and a tough one too. Had so much to do. Just slows things down yet again, but it's going to fall to HB. There's going to be the equaliser. No, Dorito crushes that chance, and then Stizzy wins it. Dorito might be able to finish it here to the ceiling. Can he get the flip reset? Yes, he can. All of this stealing precious seconds away. Espartaco not afraid to go from left to right when the time comes. Couple of seconds. That one's surely going to hit the floor. Rizets gets it forwards. HB boostless. Just keeps the ball up. Leads to a chance for Tekos. But Dying is going to send it down. And I love the fact, by the way, we've got Dorito and Tekos. There's puns to be made, but we shan't, because what a game this was.
If only we had corn. If only we had corn on the pitch.
We've got
There's not
corn-based
called corn,
snacks.
is there?
Popcorn.
That's not
Right,
a
that's
player,
a
it's just a
word.
corn-based snack.
That's a word that's not...
It's got corn in it, yeah.
Corn on the
on
cob? Is that a player?
Jinx. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's when you used
Oh,
to have a TV
whoa,
show.
no, you can't talk.
Oh.
I jinxed you.
Yeah, you're right. I can't talk. I used to have a TV show too. 2-1 to Espartaco in game number 1. I'll tell you what, Stumpy, that felt like an RLCS level game. That just, at least from Espartaco, that had a little bit more
Fake German Amigos too, I would
control to
argue.
it. They were fine. They were fine. I just don't know if they had that little snap of flair that Espartaco offered.
Yeah, I mean, I've been very happy to see how these teams have taken to the Shift Summer League. I also congratulated Edgebeam on his Shift debut. He said, thank you. By the way, you're pronouncing my name right. It is Edgeby. So that was also good to hear.
When do you have these conversations? When? In game?
In the pre-game lobby, yeah.
Did you?
I'm always chatting to him, yeah.
What, is Big Edgeby listening to this right now? Is the real Edgeby listening to this as we speak?
Please stand up.
Yeah, do like a double jump if you can hear us, Edgeby.
Hit the ball if you can hear us, Edgeby.
Okay. Oh, he's doing the double jump. Try and hit it. Oh, he can hear us.
Oh, my word. He
Crazy.
can hear us.
Edgeby is living on the edge, listening to Cole and Stumpy here on
Nice.
Shift Summer League.
All right, Edgeby.
Here all day.
Edgeby, win this game 2-0, all right? Win this game 2-0 and assist both of them if you're listening.
Okay, well, let's see if he can manage it. He's trying to get those assists, pass it towards his teammates, but that was not going to be anything as Tekos just flings himself by that one. And it's Sizzy that's able to get that ball forwards for Espartaco. Dying catch. I would say of the three, he was the quietest of the Espartaco players, but there's no shame in that because Dorito and Stizzy were having a stormer.
Someone also in chat asking about where is Ivan. This now decides who is Ivan Prime and who is Ivan 2.
We've done that.
No,
Unless
I'm
you mean
just
that
saying,
isn't decided.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, that's it. That's it
Oh,
done.
I
Because now the
see.
other Ivan is gone.
Well,
He's
the
no
real
longer with
Ivan,
us.
Please play. He stopped surviving.
He did stop survival. Oh, no, probably shouldn't say that.
Well, you know what I mean. His
In the tournament.
in the game. Exactly.
Yeah, in Rocket League.
Stop thriving. How about that one?
He stopped thriving in Rocket League, yeah.
Oh, Ty's going to take out Edgeby almost.
All
But two
three.
Espartaco players went for it. Dorito was back speedily. Had to be. Dying fakes a challenge and just reads exactly where Edgeby's putting it. I'm telling you, man. Espartaco are the better team here. They just have a total read right now on fake German Amigos.
Did you predict Espartaco? Because me and Jam went for fake German Amigos.
No, I predicted Espartaco first.
Oh! What on earth was that, Rizek?
I know. Were you reacting to me predicting Espartaco first? Is that what you waited to go, oh, wow?
I didn't care what you said. That movement from Rizek got like a reset on the sidewall. And then, went for a cheeky little play. That was very nice. It's very well done.
Well, Dying takes a catch. We see someone in chat saying that apparently Stizzy has no mental at all, so we'll see if that comes up. If
He's also
things
said
do start
Stizzy
to
is-
turn.
Stizzy is trash, according to him. And
Yeah, no, I didn't read that bit on purpose. That bit seems because obviously he's not because he's here. Do you know what I mean?
Well, and also, he literally isn't in this series. He's not playing badly. He's playing very well.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand your point. Do you watch Rocket League? Do you?
He does. James Mixels has never seen Rocket League in his life, but he sees this and he's like, "Oh, this guy's trash." Yeah,
He's
no
rubbish.
mental, no mental. That guy, I can tell. Can tell from the car body language.
Name changes are free. On
What, you don't like Jmuxels?
Oh, also, yeah, that's a good point. Stizzy was also our saviour from last week, so you know what? Yeah, you're wrong.
Yeah, you were going to say something
You're wrong.
mean there.
I was going to say
say
something mean. You could tell.
Well done for catching it. I'm proud of you. Just like Stizzy really caught that ball well to assist
Lovely.
Rizek on the other team. Dying is up on the backboard. Things have slowed down somewhat. I was going to say somewhat for Espartaco. Things have slowed down somewhat for Espartaco. Here comes Stizzy, but Dorito gets the touch into the centre.
And the pressure has been, I think, decent for both sides. We've actually had very little pressure in total, or at least like each end pressure. 3 shots in total. Fake Joe and Amigos rocking up, none of them. I did say if Edgy could hear me that Fake Joe and Amigos would win 2-0 in this game, and Edgy would assist both of them. So we're running out of time for that.
Well, there's still plenty of time. He doesn't want to score too early or get an assist too early, because then it's like you have to defend more. Whereas if you wait till the end, you can really just keep on pushing. Oh, lovely touch! Oh, Rizek so close with the enforced doink. He'll have to go again, will the German. Gets that one forwards, but it's going to go past Edgeby. It's back into the corner. Tekos sweeps up. He actually leaves it for himself, but charged down incredibly fast again by Stizzy. Dorito there, trying to keep the other team. I forget the team names. Fake Joe and Amigos suppressed. And here's Dying.
That's a nice little touchdown. Finally leads over towards Dorito. Tap it in as a pretty simple goal. I mean, Dying going for this and then forcing the awkward touch. Rizek sends it straight down. Dorito, you know, his positioning. Right place, right time.
Right place, right time. There is a real skill to that. It's not accidental to get an opportunity like that. He sniffed out Rizek's mistake. He knew the poor touch was incoming. And had the confidence and the wherewithal to trend forwards for it. But here comes Edgeby down the other side. Dorito somewhat stuck in goal. And Dorito is eternally grateful Edgeby didn't score that. And then where was the follow-up, Stumpy?
Nowhere. It was nowhere. I mean, this is going to be the 1-2. And then the third does not make it. It's the backboard. It's the crossbar, in fact. Yet again. Good demo. Tekos gets rid of one. It's wide on the open net. What on earth is happening with Fake GA ATM?
They just cannot put the ball in net. Maybe this time Edgeby picks his spot well.
They are lucky they had that final chance. From that poor touch from Stizzy. And Rizek's passing. Great idea from him. Edgeby, good positioning. They're lucky that that chance actually came in.
Well, we do have not the first goal this tournament for Fake Joe and Amigos. They scored one last time around, but the second one, the first one in this game. Tekos booms it forward. Edgeby fancies a piece of that, at least for a second. But Dying takes him out the game and leaves in Dorito. Rizek's with a huge challenge. It was his mistake for the goal again, so he certainly stepped up since then. Now Edgeby stares down Dorito. Where's that ball going to fall? Rizek tries to do something more with it than just keep it to himself, but he's doing a great job right now, the Blues, of keeping Fake German Amigos penned in. Tekos over the top after finally they clear their lines. And Stumpy, I think that all players now would take OT, and they do.
They've taken OT. They have locked
Take an OT Dorito or an OT Tacos.
Oh, OT Tacos. Yes, I guess you have like a corn tortilla, don't you?
Yeah, that one.
You didn't know that, did you?
Made from sweet corn paste, cream of corn.
Cream of corn. Gosh, who creamed this corn? It's delicious.
Here is a Dorito. Stizzy's underneath him. Stizzy's going to try and catch this one, as he knows. Oh, he just pinches it forwards. Rizek is a little bit awkward there. Popped it into the center, where it was well shepherded. Now Dorito allows Stizzy to come in, but Tekos has too much work, had too much momentum. Tekos all the way down the other end. Dying and Dorito racing to the ball. One of them gets it at least. As we go to the ceiling, has two more blue players charging at him again. Espartaco doing so much work. Stizzy had to stay behind the ball and does. And Dying can get it away as far as Dorito.
I mean, that bump from Dying was also integral to them staying alive. Dying, though, trying to go for that reader, and that was pixels away from a little bit of magic.
Dying should be able to win this one, or at least follow up Dorito, but Rizek is just fed the ball by Dorito. Lovely clearance there towards Stizzy. Dorito's looking for some bumps, couldn't quite get them. Some more good play again from Espartaco, I'd say they're more likely. Fake German Amigos, they can bludgeon their way forwards if and when the time allows.
Stizzy trying to keep a little bit of composure in his own back half, but no boost. His ball straight back down towards Edgeby. Faking low with it, the 1-2 bumps. Rizek's on target. Stizzy pinches it just wide.
Oh, Dying, good win. That might be going all the way in. Take a look to get back quickly.
Oh my God.
He can't do it, and Dying steals it.
Oh my God! How? Is that just from that pin? Did it touch anywhere else? Oh,
Yeah,
it
it
went off Edgeby as well.
Off
That's the best
Edgeby.
own goal we've seen all day.
Bosh.
That's like the third own goal we've seen today, and that was the best one. That was
We've been
great.
seeing plenty of own goals. And yeah, that one will have to go down to an own goal. 4 demos from Stizzy. Stizzy the demo king as far as Espartaco are concerned. Even touches from Stizzy and Dying, which is fun. 59 each. Good numbers. That seems to be the average, about 55 touches I'm seeing. I never really thought about how many touches per game is normal. But yeah, each time I'd say that most players get between like 50 and 60. So yeah, pretty much on the average.
It's quite a nice fun stat to have. We don't normally look at that, do we?
No, I really like it. Because it's fun as well when a player has like 6 shots and 35 touches. Like, wow, they were really just focusing on that key hit rather than generally being in the play.
So I was having a quick drink. You keep going.
I want that stat. As in, I want it stat. As in, I want it now, not I want that stat. But also, I do want that stat. I want that stat. You finished drinking? I'm just riffing,
I have,
baby.
yeah. Yep,
Cool.
I've done it. Don't worry.
You go.
Don't worry. I've got you.
On you, on you.
This is now fake German Amigos wanting to try and pull a game back. Try and get something because they are not in a good position right now. And Espartaco are taking full advantage of a downtrodden fake GA. Was the switch either for HB Cole? Was it a good idea? Because right now it's not looking like it was. If it was a decision that they could have avoided in that.
I mean, it was the big Dane who got the own goal at the end of last game, which can't feel great when you're brought into a team and you score an own goal in game 2. And suddenly, they did a reverse sweep. All eyes on HB, the man who be living on the edge in this series right now. We said at the start, it's a huge opportunity for both these teams. And up to now, in my opinion, from beginning to end, this being Espartaco who have been taking the most of it. There's a chance there for Edgeby. He's got no boost, but in the center for Rizek. So we're finally going to see a fake German Amigos lead. No, we are not, because Espartaco defend well yet again.
Yeah, not having a lead so far in the entire series, I think it's going to hurt them mentally a little bit. Yeah, from clearly a very well-informed individual in chat saying that they said Sizzy's mental is rubbish. That is not clearly the case. That has not been the tale of this series so far or whatsoever.
Very true. Rizex is going to pop that one long. Dying is there. Stizzy's waiting back, and Dorito can sweep in from the side. Dorito follows up against Edgeby. That could have pinched back towards Dorito's own goal, but Edgeby couldn't quite force that one. Edgeby's looking for these passes, trying to link the play, which I like, but again, Espartaco are reading it way too simply. Dying flip resets towards the backboard. Tekos is waiting. Dorito keeps it up. Almost a chance here for Espartaco, but it doesn't quite fall for Stizzy.
Good ball.
So near to being able to pull the trigger.
Another idea from him, though, where the ball flies away from him a little bit too far, makes it too awkward, and so then he forgoes the ball, goes for the man instead, tries to 2-foot him out the sky.
Ooh, Dying's going to shoot here. Stizzy almost takes HB out. Dorito's turn this time. Espartaco knocking on the door. Stizzy's going to shoot. Does he get it on target?
Yeah.
He does! And he gets the angle and the accuracy.
That was a very long time coming. Felt like it was a minute 27 coming from that first kickoff. Dying doesn't go for that ball. Stizzy clearly calls him off it, and he sends it high enough that the low boost players on fake German Amigos are completely unable to get nearby. A lead yet again for Espartaco.
My friend, Stumpy Gobertson, are we going to have 2
Tolly.
3-0s in a row on the main stream?
They're clearly looking like it, right? That's going to be just higher the crossbar. Not going to be a 2-0 in this game so far, but yeah, I think it's looking like it might well be 2 3-0s. Then the final game, we know that's going to be a bit of a screamer. Oxygen against, who was it?
100%?
100%, yeah. I was trying, for some reason I've resolved in my head, but I knew it wasn't resolved. Oxygen versus 100%. A battle for first and second right now.
Dying has Stizzy in the center. Stizzy tries to follow through there. Rizex gets an all-important save. One more goal from Espartaco. And maybe fake German Amigos fight will run out. They've not been at their best this entire match. Stizzy up against Tekos. Dying's waiting underneath. Stizzy almost gets that little touch. It's so frustrating when you nearly get one of those. It's tough to know if you will. You don't have any visuals at all. You sort of have to go for it and then hope that you'll get a touch. The amount of times I've been like an inch away but not got it.
It's a good bump on Stizzy, but Stizzy can still manage to wrap himself back around and get the save away. Dying missed on that first chance to get a block, in fact, and then goes to the second one. And also, I believe we're getting a little bit of fresh news coming in. 100% have clinched playoffs. They've just won their series 3-0. That is going to be them 11-3 in the standings. And they got that 3-0 versus, I can't see them, Endpoint. 3-0 Endpoint. Wow,
The
Endpoint are on a rotter
Endpoint,
today.
wow. Oh, well, there's Edgeby getting involved as well. We said we wanted to see more of him so far in this series. And here he is. Rizex pops, Tekos follows. In was Edgeby, backwards car, slam dunk, top right.
Very well picked out as well. Is that top right corner? Fake German Amigos still yet to have a lead in this series whatsoever. And Espartaco, an overtime win, an in-game win. I don't know. See what's going on.
Oh, nearly. Fake German Amigos with their first lead. Can they get it? I'm rooting for them to get this next goal. Tekos touches it towards Dorito into the center here. Edgeby can turn. Edgeby gets that pass forwards again. It's a pass, it's a shot, it's everything. They have the lead.
Their first lead. I was mocking them. I was saying, ha ha ha.
You were laughing in
You've
their faces.
You've not had a lead yet, you fools. And yet, Stizzy double taps it back in.
Shame. But we do have that all-important fake German Amigos lead. Well, the real German Amigos, please keep scoring.
Please keep scoring.
Oh, Stizzy, that was... I think he's trying to do too much there. Just boom that. Just hit that clean.
The composure's somewhat gone. Yeah, he tried to catch it and maybe get a reset and reset it away. Instead, he should have just gone backboard and then
Just
landed
bang
on it and then jumped then back off the backboard.
Yeah, I think from that position, you just got to get as much distance on the ball as you possibly can when you're going at that angle into your own net, especially after just conceding from the kickoff as well when everyone's a bit stretched defensively. That's that.
90 seconds with 2 goals still for Espartaco to catch up from. And we have seen a good few late comebacks in this tournament so far. We cast one the other week as well where, gosh, what was it? 3 goals in like 50 seconds. Could have been literally anybody, mate. I'd believe you.
Wow. Not
They
happening
have
this time.
been well outplayed.
No mental, mate. That's what I heard.
No mental. No mental.
That's what I heard. Tekos uses all of his boost. Sends it long. Stizzy can't get anywhere near that one. And now we see why fake German Amigos are pretty good. It's their rotations. It's their control of the pitch. Their boost starvation against Espartaco. This is looking like a better team all of a sudden. That's right. It was Oxygen 3-0 down against Saudade in game 1.
was it.
And they still won 4-3, Stumpy. They still did it.
That was outrageous. Very good game. Very, very good series in the end. This, to me, has given me more whiffs of fake German Amigos ultimately capitalizing on a little bit of an Espartaco fall apart. Would you disagree? Agree? Thoughts?
No, I think that goal from Stizzy killed it somewhat. That was to make it 3-1. I think until then, I would have backed Espartaco to come back in. From there, they've showed their inexperience a little bit. They've showed their a bit of a lack of quality in these situations in a tournament, going a few goals behind, and suddenly they look about a fifth as good as they were. Their position has gone out of style. They are diving in from the side and missing. These passes that were connecting earlier on no longer are. And of course, credit to fake German Amigos for forcing that to happen. But it is also, in my opinion, yes, a big part of Espartaco slowing down.
At least for like 3 of the goals. Given the 2-1 lead, but going down 5-1 after winning the first 2 is it's not what you want. It's not what you want.
It's a shame. It is a shame. Funny how it can happen, though. Do you know what I mean? In the context of 5 minutes, suddenly you lose this 5 minutes by 6 goals to 1. It's like, what? How? How didn't this happen in the others? They're clearly better than us, but they're not because we beat them twice.
I mean, it has just, I think we've seen, I say, inexperience, lots of silly touches, lots of silly attempts to go for certain plays that just fundamentally has not worked.
This is where you forfeit. You know, I've said there should be like a forfeit button. Or no, I've not said there should. I've said should there. Oh, well. Times like this, you're 2-0 up in the series. You go 4-1 down with 20 seconds left. It's like, yeah, okay, have it. Let's move on.
That's fair.
Even Ronnie O'Sullivan, if you were warming up on the snooker table, wouldn't go onto the table. Do you remember I said that in snooker, sometimes in the first frame, if they're like 100 points behind, they'll still go on and just put a few balls, even though they've lost the frame?
I'm kind of getting into golf, and I still feel that snooker chat is boring. And that's saying something.
You get into what, watching golf?
No, playing.
Yeah, but that's the first step, isn't it? Because then you'll start to appreciate it, and then you'll see golf, and you'll be like, oh, check out that swing.
I did watch a golf YouTube channel the other day.
What, for advice?
Was it advice? No, it was this guy who took his mate who had never played golf before. I played a couple of like long distance driving range game brand, and he played that a couple of times, but he hadn't properly gone to a tee box, done driving range, whatever else. And in 8 hours, he basically wanted him to do a full 18-hole course, and on any of the holes get a par. That was the video.
Oh, okay.
Can he get par on any of them after all of this teaching?
And did he get
a very
par
good
on any
video.
of them after
I
all this
wouldn't like
teaching?
to spoil it.
Oh no, just spoil it. Just tell me.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah, I'm never gonna watch it.
He got really close on 3 holes in the front 9, and then he got it on hole 16.
16, not even all the way to 18.
Yeah. But also,
So the
the
pressure
thing
was
that
on.
annoyed me a little bit, I was watching it, and his drive was already better than mine.
Yeah, that's harsh, isn't it?
Quite considerate, and he so much better, straight away. And I was like, oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but much better clubs than you would get from, Universal Driving Range that we've been to a few times.
True. Yeah.
So
Which
bear
I
that in mind.
believe I believe we should be going back to. I would like to.
What,
Okay.
and then the next thing where we see each other?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, let's do that. Is there one there?
I believe so. I don't think it's
Might not be that one.
a tracked range, but I think it's a range.
There'll be some golf clubs and some golf balls. Anyway,
That's what I'm
1-0.
thinking.
And we have a continuation of this storm from fake German Amigos. 5 seconds in, and now do we see this infamous Stumpy Goblin, infamous Espartaco mental?
I mean, it's clearly like that's not what they wanted. Like after going 6-1 down after in the first two, then they think, all right, let's mentally reset. 5 seconds in, you then concede. That is atrocious. That is not the play.
Some more good play there from fake German Amigos, continuing to press upon their advantage. Dorito tries to take a touch. Dying's like stuck underneath this one and can't do too much. Boomed away by Dying, only towards Edge B. Stizzy up against Rizex. Rizex is going to win. It's looking like a collapse. Matey in chat might have been, reminiscent here.
You know what? Fair play, Jumzels. That is, yeah. Honestly, fair enough. Because this is not the team that we saw to start off with. And Stizzy, despite everything that we were saying, the saviour of the entire week last week, he's not been able to continue that kind of pressure. And that
Unless
is a screamer of an own goal.
Unless ... Espartaco needed something, and Tekos, it wasn't an own goal, was it? Oh,
It
Gillespie gets
was,
touched.
it was.
HB, my friend, you gotta stop. You can't
That's his
try out
second.
for both teams.
That's his second one.
Man's
So
showing his
congrats.
accuracy to both teams. He's saying, look, Espartaco, look, fake German Amigos, how good I am at rolling the ball into the net.
Wrong net.
Quite accurate.
Wrong net, Edge B. Yeah, that's definitely not what you want to be seeing. And I think that maybe that one is just going to be enough to bring Espartaco a little bit more back into it.
A bump there would certainly have helped as far as Espartaco are concerned, but Edgeby stayed tall, dodged the bump. Stizzy now, pre-flip towards that one. Rizex around the corner, Dorito's already up, suddenly a bit more pep in the step of Espartaco. Stizzy gets the 100 boost, misses it though, Dying has to be called into action. Tekos was hoping he wouldn't be, and Tekos was nearly in.
Tikos had to bank on which way that ball was going from the clear. Where was it getting popped up? Unfortunately, he flipped right, it went left, or vice versa, don't remember anymore. But he gave it a good go, and that is a lovely chance over the top. Couldn't get the dunk on Dorito.
There's not many worse feelings in Rocket League than when you're underneath the ball and you think you're at the perfect angle and you realize that your opponent is going to get the flip reset and you're just stuck there like, oh, that's about to go over me, isn't it? And then it just does.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing you can do really is force them to use that reset. And Rizex, my gosh, he used that reset to pretty much perfection, but just managed to have it saved away by that final defender.
Oh, gorgeous flip reset again there from Tekos. Edgeby's up this time. Edgeby has Tekos to his right. Rizex behind him with 100 boost. Goes for the bump. Tekos shoots. Dorito saw all of that coming. And now here's a chance for Stizzy and Dying to almost get in each other's way. Dorito flicks it on, but Tekos had the read.
Got a couple of updates too coming in. 100%, as I said earlier, I've won versus Endpoint, now to 3-0. Lunar Galaxy 3-0'd Saudade. And Jobless 1-3-0 versus Oxygen, who are currently playing with Snasky.
Oh, that's mean, isn't
Because,
it?
by the way, Archie is feeling ill. He's not having a good day. So, dubs in chat for Archie. Lots of get well soon for Archie, please.
Can we hit 100 get well soons in
Can
chat?
we get 10?
Let's hit 3,000 get well soons in chat.
It's quite a lot.
We'll see. I believe, mate. I've always got faith. Tekos booms it long. Stizzy waits, Stizzy catches. Ooh, it looked a bit awkward for a second, but Stizzy knew better than I did. It was all good. Dying up against Rizex now. Tekos underneath Dorito. Fake German Amigos doing a great job of making Espartaco defend. That is not where they want the ball to be, but they are camped in their own home.
I think we got just about 3,000 get well soon for the way, Cole.
I see
Good
it.
job.
Thank you, 3,000 get well sooner. Blazel girl.
Good job. And also Chuggo.
Chago.
Chuggo.
Chago.
That's
How
a
you
great
doing,
name.
Chago?
Chuggo is all. That is a brilliant name.
It is, I like that. You can keep that one.
Chuggo.
Stizzy to the ceiling. Espartaco, what more do you have in the locker? Another Stizzy flip reset. He seems to have settled his own nerves a little bit, does Stizzy. Riz has got no boost here. Dying's going to charge him down. Doesn't get the boost, but does manage to get the ball around the corner.
Oh.
Tekos. Oh, Oh, that was a light touch he had to get.
I mean, it's well placed too. Manages to just squeak it out of the way. Stizzy, a reset. HB with a save. Dying, wow, what a grab. Picked it up in the midfield. Goes straight back round again. All from, look at this catch from Dying. Look.
That's beautiful.
That's
On the half flick,
ridiculous.
round the corner to Tia Dorito. That is fantastic from Dying. And as a reminder, whoever wins this series joins Saudade, Endpoint and Resolve at 6 and 8. So it is a crucial series.
Wonder what the next tiebreaker is. What's the next tiebreaker?
Who wins most series, I bet, mate?
Probably after the series wins one.
Who loses the least?
That's probably it. If I had to guess.
Stizzy up against Dying. This is the chance now for Espartaco to take it. Doritos up as well. It's great attacking. Wants to get the second touch. Does. Dying's in, but it's saved by Rizex.
Final 15, it's pressure building. Fake German Amigos have not been able to have any power over their own half. That's 1-2 above the crossbar. That final touch, maybe a little bit too much, but
Fake
the
it.
boost very clearly on the blue side.
Could have faked that Dorito. Stizzy was underneath, desperate for the ball anyway. Here comes Dorito again. Gets the touch, and the bump rolls in almost from Dying. OT beckons. All these players answer. Stizzy manages to keep it high. Rizex is up, uses all of his boost here.
Oh,
so this
gosh.
could work against him. Could backfire completely. Dying, though, surely has to just give it to the side. Rizex is hoping that boost spawns, but it doesn't. And we are in net score wins territory.
Another overtime. This also is the only series that is still continuing. The last overtime, in game 2 was won by Espartaco. Dorito going along with it and Dying. Couldn't quite get there before the defender can trap back.
Ooh, Stizzy's bumped all asunder, but still somehow manages to get a perfect touch and follow. Dorito up against Tekos. It's going to be for this next one. It's Edgeby sending it long. Tekos has a chance here to take us to game 5. Dying saves it. Dying goes high enough that Stizzy can do something else with it, and Dorito gets a call that he has time. He goes along. Tekos, though, tracked him the whole way. Great defensive touch from Tekos, not so much from Edgeby. That one's to the backboard. Stizzy can't get it. Edgeby can, though. Edgeby's about to score. Edgeby is, from his own mistake, he gets the winner.
What a turnaround from Edgeby too. All 3 players committed so far. Edgeby just knew he's not got that. He has not secured that double tap. He's not got the boost. He's not got the angle. Final chance at the death. Fake German Amigos take us to 5.
I can't believe that. There was a very poor touch from Edgeby just before he got that winner. And I was thinking, oh boy, that was the end of it all. But somehow, I don't know if there was a miss from Espartaco or if the ball just didn't fall for them or what. They couldn't get it.
It was Stizzy a little bit too far to the side and not with enough boost. But I think Dorito and Dying, they both pushed up so far on that. And I don't, maybe just wanting for them to be the next player to it, maybe banking on that touch from Stizzy. But yeah, nothing was there. Silly play from them, to be completely honest.
Well, let's have a look. We're about to see it now. So they brought it back. Oh, this was a lovely touch from Dying. That's so good,
man.
And then the catch and the double. And then Dorito's finish wasn't bad either. And let's watch this.
Yeah, look.
Oh, Stizzy was just a bit too close to it. Couldn't get above the ball enough.
All 3 were there.
He made the key error of not just missing so it bounced back to set up your opponents. That was where the real error was.
I'd still put the error much more on Dorito and Dying for their positioning. Their positioning was rubbish at the end of that series.
I'll have to watch it back.
Not on me. Not on me to tell them that. Oh, wait. Yes, it is. Your positioning was rubbish, lads.
Type it
All
in.
right?
Don't type it in.
All right. You're...
No, don't do it.
Okay, Cole.
You got to do it in Spanish. Español.
Espartaco.
Espartaco.
Espartaco or fake German Amigos? Who you running with?
I'm still going Espartaco. They were 2 goals down in that one after 40 seconds. They brought it back, and that's what they have to remind themselves about.
I am...
And you, friend?
I am thinking I'm going to stick with mine as well. I'm going to fake German Amigos. I'm vibing with them.
Were you
They've
waiting to see
turned
if
it
they
around a
scored
little
to
bit.
double up?
Or double up on a prediction.
Yeah, double prediction points.
Yeah, you
If
go
they
on.
score in the first 30 seconds. Should we double
I'll
it?
give-
All right, let's go
I'll
double or
gi-
quits.
I'll give you times 30.
You'll give me times 30 odds.
Yeah.
Right, chat, who'd take that? If you had times 30 odds of prediction odds, not odds for anything else,
Yeah.
would you predict on Espartaco? Because I'm taking that.
That's fair. And I get plus 30 on fake
No,
German
you don't
Amigos.
get plus 30. You give me
Yeah.
plus 30. You get 1.
No, it's even.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So you double up. That's what evens means.
Yeah, and so have
fool.
you, times 30.
No, you're doubling up times 15 to make it... Whatever, it's fine. Anyway, I get 30, you get 1. Deal. Sold.
All right, deal.
To the man who used to have long hair on a TV show.
Right. Didn't need to do me like that.
Stizzy up against Rizex. Doritos there. Oh, he's going to shoot. He might just backflip between them all. That is so cheeky from Doriti.
That's naughty. I was getting bumped too. Tekos puts him into that position and then gets egg on his Dorito.
Gets egg on his taco.
He really does. Also, Cole, I have some sad news. That's some sad news. Chat.
Shall I play the violin?
I need some somber emojis in chat, please. That's the... What's that, sorry?
Sad violin. Karen.
Okay. Really
Carry on.
haunting. JJ Rocks are officially the first team to be eliminated. That is then gone. They now mathematically cannot make the top 6. Rest in peace to JJ Rocks.
Bible thump. That's what the kids use on Twitch, isn't it?
A violin.
Yeah, it sounds a bit like...
You sound like one of those. I can't remember what they're called. Like a something phone, like a theraphone.
Yeah,
or
is that the one
something?
where it floats and you sort of
Theremin?
play the air?
Yeah,
Basically.
that's it. Yeah,
I know
yeah.
the one you mean.
A theremin. Yeah.
Isn't that a Lord of the Rings character?
I don't quite know who you mean.
Just any of them. Theremin sounds like a Lord of the Rings character in general.
Right,
it's not
okay.
necessarily a specific one. It's like Theremin, you must take Frodoid to the ring bearer.
Frodoid. That sounds. That's not nice.
Well,
You can't
Frodoid.
call anyone a Frodoid.
is met by Dorito. And HB gets the catch into the center.
Do you want some happy news?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, happy emojis in chat, please.
What instrument would you like to play?
None. Just the sound of silence, if
You
that's
want to play
okay.
a nun?
I'm leaving that there.
Okay.
Jobless. Why does she have to be Irish? Jobless have officially clinched the playoffs. Hey! Well done, Jobless.
God bless you.
Well done, Jobless.
Oh, dying Stizzy of doubly seed. That's dangerous. HB
What?
gets the catch though. Rizex tries to take out Tekos and everyone else. HB just gets tackled. Tekos into the corner where Dying and Dorito are both waiting. What you gonna do, Tekos, they say. Get past Dying, step 1. Stizzy waiting behind Dorito. Chance for Stizzy if he can get this catch, but he can't though. Now in comes HB. He can do it all, including
my
score.
word. Edgeby, I think, he's the runaway king. He's counter-attacking Carl. He's everything that's in the nightmares of
Edgeby thing.
Espartaco. What did you say?
I said HB thing.
Edgeby thing.
You said everything.
God.
Dying up against Tekos in the kickoff. This was going to go into the center. Can HB have another freebie? He races Dorito. Gets a decent challenge. Tekos now. To the back wall, maybe. No, not quite that far. Dying takes a beautiful first touch. Wants to follow up himself and manages to. Stizzy's here. Stizzy's there. Stizzy's almost everywhere. Stizzy's in the air. Dorito gets to the side.
Got 80 seconds
Full
to
field
decide
victory.
who gets this win and separates themselves from the other team that they're directly playing against by 2. Okay,
Someone?
that's okay.
Ooh, okay, sorry.
They knew it. Edgeby was probably calling Tekos off that one, and that is good trust. And Edgeby flies past it quite dramatically.
Ooh, Stizzy just rolls it down the floor towards Tekos.
Hello.
Dorito should be able to wait. Stizzy up against Tekos. Don't need to rush into this one for the challenges. The challenge game had to be perfect for Espartaco. That was better. Dorito's up there a little bit quick. Tekos has to make this safe. Tekos with Edgeby behind him. And Tekos is enough just to send it forwards and keep possession for himself. 40 left.
It's going to be a very vital time, I think, for both these teams, making sure that they don't just have an issue that they run into, that they don't have any silly moments like we've seen Espartaco have at the end of last game in particular. Edgeby trying to counter-attacking Carla's way down the pitch. Rizex up in the midfield. A little bit of boost, not really enough to let his imagination run wild.
Right, chat, let's get this chat moving. Everyone just spam the name of the team that you want to see win. Whether it's Espartaco or it's fake German Amigos, FGA or ESP. 10 seconds left. We're maybe heading to overtime unless Rizex over the top. Dying's got no boost. Dying can't get the same, can he? Yes, he can. Nerves of steel.
It's in a few NRGs, a few phases and oxygen in there. People really wanting a wide variety of teams to win this one.
Oh, here comes
Tekos.
Tekos for the 0
Oh,
second
HB
for HB. Oh, Edgeby!
You think that was Edgeby's fault? That was Tekos' fault.
And all I know is it was a miscommunication between the two of them. I'm not sure whose.
It was.
Probably depends on whose
Wait!
camera you were looking at.
Oh!
Down the other end, Stizzy has to score. It's a big save from Tekos. Stizzy, though, pal, slot it away.
That had to go in. That was easy as you like. That was painting by numbers if it was a goal in Rocket League.
Oh, Stizzy, though, the double touch.
Huh?
Edgeby gets the save towards Rizex. Now has to transition. It can't be done because Dying was there. Edgeby up against the Rito. Stizzy can slow it down for a second. He's got this touch clean. Couple of hits in the air. The flip reset going to be his. No, just lands on it. Blocks Rizex. Then gets taken out the game. Does Rizex. Take us towards Dorito. Dorito's trying to get as much angle as he can. Espartaco realize they got a chance here, but fake German Amigos have managed to clear their lines.
Tekos trying to get a touchdown. Stizzy to intercept. We approach the first minute. Gone. Rizex now has to try and dive back as Dorito misses that ball. Dying. Right side. Again. Chance. Central. Stizzy to shoot. Top corner. Saved by the German.
Now it's Dorito. Stares down Edgeby. Manages to wriggle his way past one. Tekos is through, but he's got no boost at all, so... I think German Amigos can't do too much of that one. Dorito round the corner, bounces it off. Rizex still boostless. Dying is too, but manages to at least make things awkward for Rizex. So the huge clearance comes in from Tekos. Dorito into the center. Edgeby might win that race. He does. Dorito has to get a touch. He doesn't. Rizex shoots up against Stizzy. Where's the follow-up? Does Dorito let him? He doesn't. A mammoth block there from Dying.
Stizzy again sending towards that left-hand side. Rizex fakes out, goes low, misses. It's going to be tough and awkward for Tekos to try and get any distance on this. Does so till Dying gets in his way.
That's
Future
it.
Central back down towards Dying. Team Double D on Espartaco are the ones to seal the deal.
That's a great touch from Dorito as well. Didn't try and aim it towards the goal. Saw that Edgeby was there at the near post. So just redirected the ball enough, forcing the angle that his teammate could come in. And there it was. Game over. Espartaco avoid the reverse sweep and take it in Game 5 overtime.
It really shouldn't have taken that long for Espartaco to do that, to be honest. Like, they had the series. They won the first two. And then they got run over by fake German Amigos in the third. Turned it around. Yeah, fake German Amigos did a very good job of getting there, but I still think that was more on Espartaco not living up to the expectations and also the positioning and the quality they set themselves, their benchmark in games 1 and 2. But regardless, that is going to mean that Espartaco are going to be going ahead by 2 series over fake German Amigos now in the standings.
I adored that final touch there from Dorito to get the assist, almost as much as I adore Jar of Jam.
Hi, hello, how y'all
Hello.
doing?
Hi.
It has been quite a series. Everybody else was watching it. All of the other series have already ended. Sweeps all the way through. Brooms have been placed away. But we decided to go all the distance, and I'm a little bit saddened for multiple reasons, including the fact that I also picked fake German Amigos to win, that they did not clinch it. Because
Sorry.
even in the first games of this series, we take game number 1, we wouldn't see the scoreboard, but despite it being 2-1 to Espartaco, Tekos and Rizex both got 500 points on the losing team.
Ouch.
Usually it's like one player maybe on the losing team that has a lot of points above whatever the MVP was on the other team. Both of the players on the losing side got 500 points, meaning they were everywhere on the field and doing amazing things. It just was not enough. And then the name of the game changed to Edgeby. My God, he just came into this team subbing in for Ivan, and he has been the hero. So I'm incredibly saddened that we did not get a chance to talk to fake German Amigos about this loss, unfortunately. But my God, he was on point, MVP for this series.
What did you think of the Espartaco potential in the first couple of games, especially Jar of Jam?
I feel like they just scraped by. Game number 2, they won on 4 shots. Also 4 demos from Stizzy, who was the MVP for that team. But I feel like they've gotten in by the, I want to say barest of the minimums, but not in a bad sense. They got it because they really fought for it. But FGA just had so much. But having so much and actually converting so much means 2 different things. So it feels to me that Espartaco just got their chances, converted them, and at the end of the day, that's all that counts. So that's a W for them.
We've also got, by the way, a crazy situation happening thanks to that result. That is now 4 teams sitting in the middle of the table, going 6 and 8. 4 of our teams 6 and 8, all of them Very, very close. All of them vying to go for the that final 5th and 6th spots that are still up for grabs. That is Resolve, Espartaco, Saudade, and Endpoint. So very tight race here. And this final round of matches is going to be incredibly important.
We've also got 100% who've managed to get themselves joint top now with Oxygen after defeating Endpoint 3-0. And now they come up against Oxygen. They come up against an Oxygen that has Snaski in it. They conceded 7 goals in game 1 to Jobless. So 100% are sniffing about a big old first series lead here against Oxygen, the first time I've ever taken them.
Yeah, we've also, I believe, that we have got a locked in at 100% and Oxygen locked into top 4. So they're definitely going to be going through in the upper bracket in our playoffs. So let's skip that first round. They've got themselves a little bye. It is still a lot to play for every other team chasing behind them.
My, oh my, oh my. It is amazing how close these standings are coming up. And to add to the 6 and 8 madness between the 5th and the 8th spot, all 4 of these teams are going to be playing one another in the next round. And couldn't have written it any better. Just to get the specifics, it is Saudade playing versus Espartaco and Endpoint playing versus fake German Amigos. So there's going to be some changes and there's going to be some hurt faces, that's for sure. But we're going to go on a quick break because we would love to prepare the final series of the day, 100% versus Oxygen. That's going to be something else. See ya.
And what you did to me made me double take it right on my teeth. Had me burning in the 3rd degree. Made me rip off the heart on my sleeve. I don't know if I can stand another night with you near my side. I can feel us tearing apart from the way you fucked my mind. I can clean my sanity. You're my enemy. You're my enemy. You fucked my mind, I can clean my sanity. You're my enemy. I feel like my life is passing me by. 40 years since 7, that's a true crime. At the top of the house in real time. Follow me into water where we will find love. Made me double take it right on my teeth. Had me burning in the 3rd degree. Made me rip off the heart on my sleeve. I don't know if I can stand another night with you near my side. I can feel us tearing apart from the way you fucked my mind. I can clean my sanity. You're my enemy. You're my enemy. You fucked my mind, I can clean my sanity. You're my enemy. Oh, and you were gone. I said I'm getting out. Fuck this town, I'm gone. I'm always on the run. It didn't go to plan. If it's the wrong move, you can show me where I fucking stand. Another night with you near my side. I can feel us tearing apart from the way you fucked my mind. I can clean my sanity. You're my enemy.
Coming home at 4 a.m., staring at the holes in the ceiling. Feels a little smaller now as I'm trying harder to breathe in. Lying in the sheets, caught up in between dreaming and a nightmare. Ghost in the machine, you're haunting my sleep, a familiar stranger. Loving can be so hard sometimes. Give me a feeling in the silence. I need you as my alibi to wake me up tonight. Nothing I change will make me right. Trying, but there's nowhere to hide. So I need you as my alibi to wake me up tonight. Waking in the morning, I can't hear you in the kitchen. Nothing feels right, and on my bed can't make me fit in.
Welcome back to Shift Summer League with Jam, with Stumpy, with Cole, and some crazy results. My goodness, the standings are looking wild. Too close to call it just yet. But of course, as we've already mentioned, some teams have already guaranteed themselves a place in the playoffs, so they can relax just a little bit. 100%. Oxygen Esports, Jobless, I do believe, have also joined the top 3 of the teams so far. But still can shift around just a little bit, while at the bottom, unfortunately, JJ Rocks, the Jar of Gems, the Ginger Genius is Cole, the Sad Violin is in effect once again. They are unfortunately out and mathematically cannot make it into the
That
playoffs.
makes me so sad. JJ Rocks, we saw them perform what we saw them lose 3-0 to Oxygen. That one was tough. They could have won that game. You know, they could have won that series. They really wanted it, and they had the game 5, the auction the day before as well. Sadly, it wasn't to be for JJ Rocks. How much orange squash do you drink? Like, you're a constant orange squashman, aren't you? Like, are you 56% orange squash?
This is my second pint of squash. I'm going to.
That can't be
It's
healthy.
It's just why can't it be healthy?
Americans are watching this right now thinking, what squash? Is that like some kind of juice?
What's wrong with it? Yeah, why is it not healthy?
I don't know. It's just a lot of squash. That's all, mate.
Squash is good for you.
All right. Well, I'm glad I know that now. I've learned
It's just
something.
like fruit juice, but just like put some water in it, make it bigger.
Do you have diluted drinks in Latvia?
Yeah, like diluted, like syrup, I suppose.
Maybe not like this. It wouldn't be, I think, called squash, but yeah, Bard is just the juices that they dilute to begin with, made from concentrates and everything.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
think we have
That's
squash.
You're
I feel
squashing.
like
You're squashing,
yeah.
bro.
Do you know what they call it someplace in the UK, Cole, which I hope will sicken you as well?
Go on.
Some people call it diluting juice.
Correct.
Isn't that
Ah.
weird? It makes sense. Yes, diluting juice,
Ah.
fine. But I really hate that they call it diluting juice.
Yeah,
It's-
who says
awful.
Zudny? And Zudny's right. Who says diluting juice? I think you've been trolled, mate.
It sounds medical. It sounds something that perhaps
Yeah,
is
it
not.
does.
really
It's something
does.
they put in like your bag that's by your bed or whatever. Oh, put in the diluting juice or else he'll die. It's like, yeah, fair. Do you know what? That's fair enough. I'd take some diluting
Oh,
juice then,
it's
but I don't want it in my
Scotland.
glass. It's the Scots. It's Johnny
the
Boy.
Scots.
It's always them.
Terrible.
I
Terrible,
feel like Chris
terrible.
McGonagall. Why is it always you three? Eh?
It is
Why is it
always
always
them.
Scotland?
It truly is.
Yes, Craftman Boy Arroyo and the Johnny Boy.
The trio
The three Scots.
of the apocalypse.
Yeah, well, speaking of, actually, maybe not speaking of, again, we already mentioned Endpoint
You tried to
earlier. Yeah, great segue. Now talking about Endpoint. Well, they have their match versus fake German Amigos, all the while Sodat had the match versus Espartaco. Those 4 teams and 2 matches are the ones to make it or cement their position in the playoffs, 5th and 6th, while the 2 teams losing are going to drop out of the playoff contention. But just for now, they're still going to be tomorrow. I think that's where it's going to heat up. We, though, put our attention to something else for the first time since... I'm going to have to scroll up just to figure it out. We can bring that little stat perhaps as well, but 100% are on top. Number 1, knocking down Oxygen. Louis P, Acro, and Crispy are MVP for week number 2, relating Wave as their coach, versus Oski, Joyo, and Archie. Unfortunately has fallen ill, so as a substitute, their coach Snasky is stepping up and are going to be playing in this series.
I'm in the lobby right now, and Snasky for a second was rocking an RLCS Season 1 tag, and Oski was then saying, I wasn't even born then. And then he said, I can make it even better. And he's come back in with an ESL monthly champion tag, which was like 2015-16 kind of vibe. So he has got the old tags rocking in this match, and I cannot wait to watch Snasky play. Also, in the Dominus. What a throwback.
Snasky has got because I'm trying to think. I've got ESL Monthly Elite, which I absolutely scammed from like being part of the team and not actually getting it myself when I played with Doomsy in that. I'm trying to think. Is that one? I think they're both monthly ones, so I think they must have got given those at the same time. So I can match that, but I can't beat it. So Snasky's got one that matches old school me, which is very impressive.
I've also asked Snasky if he can flip reset, and he seems really offended. And then Oski's just said, let coach flip reset. So we're gonna. I think this is gonna be such a strange series we're about to get into, guys, and I cannot wait.
At production, if you follow 80% on Snasky, that's okay. We want to see the people. Chat, do we want to see Snasky? Can we get 100 Snaskys in chat? Genuinely, just type Snasky if you want to see Snasky.
Surely.
If you want to see something else, well, sorry, no, it's Snasky only. Limited time, not just limited time offer, limited player offer. We're only offering Snasky
people
or
want
nobody
Snasky.
else.
Yeah, cool. Good to know that people want Snasky. Also, Sondry Boy, I saw your message about something being funnier than me. My feelings are hurt. But my spirit is high.
That's my ult. We should probably get into game, guys.
Probably.
Nah, you know, this is more fun, but maybe we should talk about who we're predicting to win, which is going to be a bit different, perhaps, from who we want to see on the field versus who we're predicting to win. Unfortunately, with Auction being down a player and having to bring Coach Snasky in, no matter how great he is, he was coach of TSM back in Season 9. He's coach for the Oxygen now. I'm going to go with 100%. Again, Crispy is the MVP of week number 2. Feels like he might be MVP of this week again. Am I hearing a boo?
You are
Where's this
hearing a
boo coming
boo.
from?
The boo is coming from the crowd, mate. I'm just imagining it right now. RLCS. You know, we're in Fort Worth. Jar of Jam's hosting it. Wave Punk is like said, look, Jar of Jam, just give him the gig. Jar of Jam walks out there and he goes, I think Snasky's gonna lose. What do the crowd do, Jar of Jam? What do? They say, boo, sir! Boo, sir! And they leave because they're an American crowd.
Yes. I whatever it is, I let my tongue at you. What's that, Monty Python
Bite my
thing?
thumb. That's what Shakespeare
yeah.
was up to.
That's Shakespeare, yeah.
Well, still, having said that, Gummer, if you could please put 100% on top of my name. Boo, okay, boo. Stompy Goblin.
Oxygen. Fill me up with oxygen. I'm a balloon that is sad on the floor. I'm not floating. I'm full of O2. Give me the dub for the green boys.
Yeah, I'm a balloon that's floating. I'm full of oxygen. I'm not O2 or whatever it was you just said. I'm also a floating balloon. We are like the balloons above the house in animated film.
Just make your point. Make
oxygen.
your prediction.
I'm saying it's oxygen. OXG, they're green.
Why am I alone? Why am I alone
in this?
Because everyone knows Snasky is the boss. He's a god.
Chat, make sure you predict as well. All right. I also hated you saying boss. That was.
Why are you so full of hate?
It was
you
so
never say
old.
what you love.
Why is your reference so old?
You never say what you love me saying. You
Like
never say
a
like,
boss.
oh, Cole, I love the way that you just said sparkly. You don't point that out. You only point out the negatives.
Jam, can we go to game, please?
Let's play some footballs, gentlemen. It's 100% versus Oxygen. I seem to be in a minority here, but let's get it on the field. Let's see the Snasky extravaganza onto the field.
Let's go, because we also, not only do we have Snasky, we have him in a Dominus. Cole, I know that we have said that previously any goal that you score will always look better in Indominus. And I stick to it. 100% I stick to that.
So I did see in chat earlier from one of our loyal viewers that Snasky was using the Batmobile earlier, which I'm hoping to see in this series, or I was hoping to see. But hopefully at some point, maybe Game 5, when we get to the Game 5 OT, Snasky will be bumping it about in the Batmobile. Batmobiles have won Game 7 OTs in the RLCS Grand Finals, so it's good enough for here right now. What are you laughing? Literally what are you laughing at?
It's just that you're such a Batmobile apologist.
What are you an apologist? It's the best car. It's the most fun and enjoyable car to use.
You are over a Dominus.
Yeah.
You're outrageous. You're
But
outrageous.
Dominus is good as well. Dominus is fun too. Anyway,
I would like to
Snasky.
see, very genuinely, how Snasky fares in this kind of event. Like, because people that don't know, anybody that doesn't really know Snasky and wonders why we're all so excited to watch him, he was a European pro player, a good friend of ours as well, who has been at the top of the RLCS for multiple seasons in a row. In like I'll go 15 to start off with, to like 2018? Like he was up there for a decent amount of time, and then obviously transitioned to coaching. That's where most of you will probably know him from now. I just wonder how much of his knowledge has gone into his thumbs, you know?
Well, I'm sure he's still got very capable thumbs, has Snasky. In the first game earlier on, when they played Jobless, Oxygen with Snasky lost 7-2. So let's see if this time around, and then they got better. As tends to happen, they got better with subsequent games, and Snasky sort of gets used to the pace. So let's see if they are able to deal with the pace better in game 1 this time.
I was going to say, not just the pace from Snasky, but also how his teammates deal with him. Like, how does Oski now deal with having a Snasky instead of Archie? How does Joyo deal with that? There's a big learning curve. So 7-2, honestly, not the most outrageous result, not the most egregious. You can definitely take that and run with it.
I feel like Joyo should change his name to like Joyski or something, so we've got triple skis.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I'll allow it the way it is. People asking about Archie, unfortunately he's ill, so he's had to step away from today. I'm sure he'll be back tomorrow. But yeah, this is Snasky's time, and a minute and a half in, I've not noticed anyone standing out negatively.
Yeah, not at all. Snasky, is there going to be any chances for him to try and work his way in? Chance here.
Oh.
Shot sends it well above and right at the crossbar.
Good chance though from Snasky, good positioning. He was up there nice and close. Gave himself a chance to do that one. And he's bravely charging down Crispy as well. Last week's MVP. So I know he's a weak player, is Crispy. A tough one to deal with. Crispy shoots up against Joyo. Luis P gets bumped by Crispy. That's mean. Don't bump Snasky. Come on.
Nah, bump him. Get rid.
Really?
Get rid. Yeah. Yeah, make him feel unwelcome on this pitch.
Oh, that's so mean.
What? Why does that mean?
It's very mean. But it's actually, like, we're talking a lot about Oxygen and Snasky, of course we are, but 100%. I mean, what an ascendancy from them. And now top of the league.
Yeah, currently, above Oxygen in the league, which is fantastic job for them. No one really, I think, expected them to do that. Everyone saw Oxygen being that #1 team, so congratulations so far. Acro on a relatively open net, shoots it just a little bit too high. A little bit too slow, and Joyo is going to be able to get there in time.
And I did see when Oxygen were just steamrolling everyone, a few people make disparaging comments to the EU bubble scene. I'm glad that 100% are proving it's alive and well.
Yeah, making sure that they get in there for that first goal, even if it took them 3 minutes. Crispy for the double. Everybody waiting on the goal line, trying to see just how they were going to be able to shoot it. In the end, Acro is there, goes top corner. Snasky does get a touch, can't squeeze it out.
1-0 to 100%, and in all seriousness, that's likely how this series is going to go, but there's certainly a chance for teams like this who have had some infamous, or famous, should I say, coaches stepping in. Who was it? It was Fireburner stepped in against Cloud9 or for Cloud9, one or the other. That's the first one I think of, so it can happen.
Yep. I think also Torment stepped in at one point.
Did he?
I believe. Yeah, I think for something. Oh yeah, Memory stood in on the NA version of the Shift Summer League.
Yes.
Very, very good point. 2007 Honda Accord Sedan V6. That's a brilliant name. That's a brilliant Twitch name. Oh, Snasky gets himself. I wasn't even looking. He got himself a goal though.
Well, he is a 2016 Ford Sedan car. Look at that. Rolls it in. Happy days. Easy as you like. Bang.
Also, it's just he's using the Cuxeer like car as well with the decal. getting the Batmobile goal explosion. It's lovely. Good to see.
Crispy's gonna try and get this touch. 100% realised that Oxygen are here to play. Oski's gonna get this clean touch. Such a nice first touch there to follow that one up as well for the flip reset. Snaski tries to get it towards Oski, but Acro is just waiting for it and gobbles it up, then goes forward himself. Wants to put this one into the top corner. Can't do it on that occasion, but Luis P, who was the assister of the week last week, wasn't he? Was it assists?
Sorry, I thought you said a sister.
No, he got the most assists. The golden assister.
Playmaker.
That one.
Golden Playmaker.
That was him, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
That's probably why I don't call it the assister. For that confusion right there.
Yeah, probably. Saski, great save. Managed to send it pretty far. Acro, though, with a response. What?
He hits that one real well done, Saski. You hit that one really far.
Really far. Yeah, just really far. I thought it was all right. Did the job.
Good job. Joyo up against Crispy. Crispy into the corner. Joyo's going to try and do something sparkly. Doesn't manage to. See, you don't praise me when I use words that you like.
No. It's because you said vowels. You show your age frequently. Oh, that's fully open. Oski wide of the net, though.
Oh, man.
He couldn't turn himself around that ball quick enough, and that's going to be a counter-attack for 100% Oski then to intercept. Oh, my word. That was a real chance for Oski. I need to go back and look to see why he missed it.
If he was more of a bowl, he'd have scored it, but he couldn't quite get around that one. More of an employee. If they're up against Jobless, my goodness, it's working so many ways. Snaski, huge win on pace. Luis P, though, gets it cleanly afterwards. Oski gets it towards Acro. Sorry, Oski has to track as the ball does go towards Acro. Snaski boost-starved again. Time to go to get some hundreds. A little bit hungry out there is Snaski, but Oski's slowing things down well. Snaski used all of his to get a touch on it. It's falling straight down from Luis P. Joe comes in and now has Oski behind him. Are they going to trust their teammate to defend if the two of them go forwards is the main question.
I mean, two of them have gone forward. Now it is going to be a chance for Saski. He comes in, makes sure that he's being somewhat aggressive, having the active defense. Louis P over one. That's going to go central. It's open entirely. And Crispy in overtime. Game one for Oxygen.
100% had to ride their luck earlier on. Oski should have scored at the end of regulation time, but as Luis P beats Joyo, it allows in Crispy, and last week's MVP ain't gonna miss that bad boy. It's 1-0, 100%.
I mean, I feel like you're not gonna be too mad with that if you're Oxygen. You pushed the current top of the table, the team that have just toppled you from that spot as well. You pushed them to an overtime, but now can they continue that and even make it even better when we go through into games 2, potentially through 5?
Well, I mean, again, we're talking a lot about Oxygen, but 100% would have been picking up a lot of fans throughout this event, both in the way they play and their personalities. Very likable team, very high-quality team, excellent to watch too. So if they can go top, it would just give them even more of a confidence boost, as if they need it. 100%. They do take that first game. I mean, all I would say is that Oxygen performed a lot better than I thought they would. I expected a little bit more from 100%, maybe paying a bit too much respect for Oxygen sans Archie.
I think part of it comes down to how aggressive do 100% feel they can be, and do they want to just play it a lot safer? Realize, let's lock this in. This win against top of the table, your biggest opponents, this is the biggest series that you can win. And you've been handed it with a big advantage, having Archie no longer playing. So you need to make sure you can take that. Maybe don't go too crazy. Don't get too ridiculous about it. Don't try and go, don't be disappointed if you don't go 4, 5, 6, 7-0. Just get those wins. Get the dubs. And Joyo tries to dance his way down pitch.
Yeah, he was linking it through from one side to the other. Snaski's underneath this one, but can't quite get it again. It's a good start, though, from Oxygen. Exactly what they needed after losing that first game. 100% managed to keep hold of a 0-0 early doors here in game 2. Snaski booms it long. Where's that one landing? Luis P's in a little bit of trouble here because in comes Joyo. Gonna be a chance. Is it for Oski? No, he was a bit passive. I think that is what's happening with Oxygen right now. They're being more passive than they normally would be due to the change in birds.
Oh, wow. Joyo, what a launch from inside the net. Such an awkward angle, too. Snaski now has to track back, try and cover the double. Instead, it's going to be cleared away by Joyo. Oski bumped away on that back corner. Actually continues to go with this play. Can't secure the reset on the ball. Louis P air dribbles over one. Joyo now to be that second defender. A reset goes very low.
Joyo's got Oski behind him. Are these two able to conjure anything up? Sasuke's just, I think, was looking for some bumps, didn't find any, so ends up tracking back. Sasuke, another chance to shoot to the backboard with him. Oski gets in his teammates away. Oski, would you leave Oski? Even Joyo's like, wow, nice one, mate.
Oh, no.
Oski's like,
what
hello.
happened? Oski was just there. Oh, that is pure counter-attack. Nothing more to it than Oxygen making an
They made a
awful
meal.
mistake.
They made a meal of it, mate. It's got to be
They
said.
did make a
Sometimes
meal
make a
of it.
meal of something when you're not a chef. Isn't it funny how cooking is good, but making a meal is bad?
Yeah, it's true. True.
Oski's going to have egg on his face right now. But he's going to go and try and make up for it. No, it's saved by Luis B. I think he really could have done with that one going in.
Brain's potentially a little bit fried after having all those issues come down towards him. You don't want that, especially then when you've got your team that are, as we've been saying, lacking a huge part of your firepower, a third of it.
Yeah, especially as well because Archie has quite a free role of Oxygen, I would say. You know, he's the one who can get a little bit chasey. He drives about a bit. He tries to go for bumps and demos. So losing him means that the shape of the team, you know, is Nasky going to fill in that role and step in? I'm not so certain. So maybe they're lacking in firepower a little bit in that regard.
That's middle. Louis P can clear it away. That one goes central on the tummy of Afro. He approached this half-time mark. And the bite of Oxygen very clearly struggling to make any contact.
100% doing a professional job so far here in game 2. Luis P sends that one forward. Crispy again, look, he had a chance to go for that one to try and beat Joyo, but happy to turn it down. The patience game, as you were talking about, Stumpy. Playing everything right, keeping the percentages up, because eventually a shooting chance will come and they'll take it.
We've said that they need to play this patient game. And Louis P has that ball given to him on a complete platter and slangs it top right, opposite corner. Brilliant play from him. Oxygen now lacking by 2 goals that they really need to be bringing back as soon as possible.
100% charging forwards to a clean first place in the Shift Summer League. They just have to keep this weakened Oxygen at arm's length. It's Chrissy up against Luis B. Oh, they're taking out Oski. It's turning into bullying. The patience game is working flawlessly.
The fake is diabolical at the back as well. Crispy then goes to the flick and then slows it down. Lets Snasky dive in.
Oh, bless him.
Oh, in 2016, the player hits that straight away. That's
100%.
the thing. That's the thing.
I think Snasky has just been 2016, doesn't he?
He really has.
What was happening in 2016? Any big world events sort of voted for? Not that I can think of.
Just have a look. Just have a little gander. I think it was probably quite an uneventful year.
It was. Not much happened. I think everything sort of stayed the same in 2016.
I'd like to know what else happened in 2016, but Crispy might just get the 4th for 100% here. Joy just puts a nice shot in chat, like, why not? You may as well. Came as a 50, and Sassy just sits and waits, can't really do much from it. He's like, what's the point? What's the point?
Well, the thing is, he's got old thumbs, so his thumb was meant to turn right towards the ball, but instead he turned, left away from the ball, which is the opposite.
Big event in 2016.
I mean, there are a couple, mate. That's 5, by the way. This is the series that we've casted the most. It's like...
Yeah, I know. It's because I'm excited to see Snasky, but he's rubbish. Brazil and South Korea impeach their presidents.
Wow. What, each other's?
Brazil went, yoink. And South Korea are like, what the hell, guys?
I love that.
All right, well, you'll go one more. Right? So you can play that game and impeach yours. And Brazil's like, what the hell? What are you doing?
That's not fair.
That's our president.
Come on. That could be 6. Anything else 2016? Anyone in chat know what happened in 2016? Oh, Joyo, no problem, he spams. Rightly so as well.
I think everything stayed pretty much the same after that. Pokemon Go?
No, was that 2016?
Other AR apps are available. Yeah, do you know why? Do you know why that's frustrated me?
Because you were so young and you didn't realize how young you were at the time, as most people don't. No one ever realizes how young they are. 5 years later, you look back and go, man, I was so young. If only I'd put in the effort then.
I was going to say, actually, it was because Pokemon Go came out the summer after I finished university. Which is like the most annoying time for it to come out, because that would have been amazing playing that at uni. But yeah, unfortunately, that just didn't happen. So,
I'm sorry, mate.
Pepperoni.
I
You've been out
was-
of
I
uni
was-
for about 4 or 5 years at that point, haven't you?
I was 2 years out of uni at that point. I graduated in
4 or 5 years, I
2014.
think.
2014 I graduated.
10
as a
years ago you
30-year-old man.
graduated.
Soon it will be. 10 years ago I started. 13 years ago I started. Oh yeah, it is 10 years ago I graduated. Cool.
You just
I
told
thought
me
you were
that 24.
exaggerating.
No, you told me that 2014 is when you finished. And then you tried to change history.
Well, I just thought you were exaggerating, but no, you're right. I graduated a decade ago.
Yeah, you did. You graduated a
I
decade
never went to the
ago.
actual graduation. I didn't bother.
That's so sad.
Why is that sad? I've got
That's
the, you know,
so
I've got the
sad.
job. I got my first. Away I go. Happy. I don't need a little hat. Why do I need a little hat? I don't care.
So sad. You didn't go on like the night out?
Yeah, I went for that.
You did that bit. Oh, God.
Yeah, I just sort of rocked up for that bit.
Saddening. No pictures from your graduation. No, like, no
Well, there probably
communal
are some,
moment.
just not involving me. Mate, I'll tell you what my moment is. My moment was getting a job out of uni, casting in the RLCS, and here we go.
Yeah, here you are. Well, you know what?
Sam's TV show.
Yeah, I know we don't have a TV show anymore. All right, I get it. I get it. All right, we've had 3 or 4 TV shows in our time, and now we don't have one.
It does suck not to have one, doesn't it?
Just one. Everyone's at least had one TV show.
Yeah, exactly.
Why can't we have another one?
Starsky's probably got one.
That was an outrageous play, by the way, from 100%. That started off this goal fiesta.
It did.
So
To be fair, it was still 1-0 at
I'm going to
2:30.
type. I'm going to type.
Oh, you're not.
Matthew, turn
Oh, you
your
naughty minx.
monitor
Oh,
on for this
wow.
next one.
Wow. Wow. King. You're just put King at the end.
It's Nasky, turn your monitor on for this next one, King. He said,
This is a
I
gotcha.
got
He
you.
saved you there because Joyo gave you a question mark.
Yeah, Joy was always given a question mark.
No, mate. If they all just said, mate, that's not funny. We're trying to compete here. You would just die.
I
That'd
thought
be
that
it.
would have been awful. Yeah, that's it. If Nasky put, like, what the
Not the
hell?
time, Stumpy. Seriously.
It's not the time. Like, this is actually quite a serious competition.
But it is.
It is. No, it is. And then
I
Crispy
happen
didn't
to think
reply.
I happen to think it is a serious competition, Stumpy, unlike
All
you.
right, you little worm.
As the representative.
Crispy said, Crispy, let me say what I'm trying to say. Stop talking over me. Okay. Don't cry like that. Cry prettier. Crispy said, I forgot what Crispy said now. I'm so annoyed.
He's trying, man. That's what he said. He said he's trying,
That's
man.
it. Yeah, Crispy said he's trying, man. So they're all
Cheers for
having
that.
fun with it.
I'm glad we know what Crispy said. Everyone happy that you know what Crispy said?
More right, Homer.
Add a nice tablespoon of olive. A tablespoon of olive oil. That's a lot, isn't it? That feels like a
Depends if
lot.
Yeah, quite a bit. But it depends how much hummus you're making, I suppose.
Well, it's obviously true. I could say 10 tons and your answer would be the same.
Yeah, that's so. Well, 15 seconds in, mate. This is an absolute
What a
screamer.
touch.
Acro
That
getting a 1,
actually
2,
is.
3, and then a bump, and then Oski technically own goals it. Snasky is still fiddling around the back of his monitor trying to find that power button.
How do I turn this on?
He's from
just
Denmark,
presses the button,
everybody,
mate.
if you're wondering, not America.
That was Dane.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was Snasky Dane.
All right.
I'll ski
Sure.
round the corner. Joyo's already up, but the pre-jump not quite to be on that occasion. It is looking to me, mate, like 100% are gonna storm to the lead. This whole thing, how cool is that? How genuinely cool is that?
That is cool. That is cool. This is making me... Oh,
Get him, Snasky.
Snasky.
Get him,
Oh,
Snasky. Get him, Snasky. Please score. No. Please score. Please score from Snasky.
He went one way. He went one way, hit Oscar, and thought, I'm going to need to recorrect it. Went the other way, absolutely sent Joyo flying. And then Lewis P has scored a bit of a belter.
Oh, yeah, but just it was all the panic after that moment as well. They're
there's
jumping
so
left to
much
right. They're
panic.
hopping about like little hoppy ants. And then there's the
Scary.
finish. They got in his way. They didn't respect him enough.
They didn't. Go on. Screamer. Belter.
You guys, you know when you have that sort of daydream that, like, you're playing in the World Cup final? Go on, Joyo. You're playing in the World Cup final, or, you know, you watch the American football, you think, I could do that. You watch the Olympics, and it's like some weird sport, and it's like, yeah, obviously that I can do that.
Yeah.
This is what it looks like. This is what it would look like if your daydream became true.
Well, the thing is as well, everyone in chat, you're all rubbish at Rocket League. Like, you are all so much worse at Rocket League than Snasky is.
What would you do if
That's the
Zem's
thing.
in here watching and just went, even me?
Yeah, I'd say I would agree with that. every single person here, I can say definitively, you're so much worse than Snasky. And look at how rubbish he is in this series. And that's the thing. And you reckon you could do something as any of these players? You're delusional. All of you are delusional. You're Delulu.
There's Snasky apologist coming up right now.
So yeah, I'd like to see you try it. I'd like to see you try it. It's really hard.
Oh, what a
Oh, that's stunning.
They are signing a little bit. I've seen critique of like casters, like critique of me, and then someone else will go like, "Oh, I'd like to see you try it." And I just think from quietly from the side, I think that's not the point because I'm meant to be good at it. That's why I've got this job. It doesn't matter if Bob27 can't do it. That's not a comeback.
Yeah, that's also sort of fine. It's like a lot of it is like anybody that's like archery. It's like you know what you want to do. You know you want to hit it in the 10. Like, but it's whether you can do it or not when you're actually competing. That's the thing. But commentators don't know what the minutiae is that they need to do. That doesn't mean that they can do it themselves.
That's true.
That's not the point, guys.
I mean, I'll try and be more CJ. I'll try. I just can't do it, mate. You see,
no,
it doesn't work.
no,
it just sounds
no.
ugly. I know it sounds bad, doesn't it? That's what I'm saying.
You filled your
wrong.
mouth with glue before doing that.
It's the scene you too short, mate. See, it just doesn't work for me. I try, mate. I do try. Just like Snasky tries.
He's the thing. What? No, Snasky's put in. It's a lot of effort. Oh, he's been outdone by that one though. Don't laugh at him. Don't laugh at him.
No, I'm not. I'm laughing at you.
Can I request, Observer, if you're listening, which I would hope that you are, Observer, could we please look at Snasky
I'm
for
gonna add it in
for
the
like 2 minutes?
Discord.
Is that all right? Can I just request that? I'd like to look at Snasky and just see how he plays, see what's going on. I'm going to go on Snasky Cam myself. Oh, no, we can't. It's gonna cut audio. Oh, it's going to lag the game. Look,
Do we need low lag?
Yeah, maybe we do. Maybe we need no
Production
lag.
has spoken.
All right,
Production
well,
has
everybody,
spoken.
in your minds, press 6 on your keyboard, because that's what Snasky is, and just watch him. I'm watching him now.
Oh, he's 6
Let's see what's going on.
here.
Probably just joined a little bit differently.
Yeah,
Really
what a
good.
crazy thing. I didn't realise that. Go on, Oski, go in.
Oh!
That's just got a count, ref.
Give him that one, and then give
That would have
100% the
been
game. Oh,
The best pinch ever.
no.
And instead, it's just backfired.
No!
No, yeah, thank you for typing 6, everyone, but I really wish that had gone in.
That would have been lovely. I saw that all from Snasky's POV as well, and he wasn't involved in the slightest. Oh, another little bump at the end there for him.
Was that a low
Right,
5?
he's on kickoff. Right, how does he do against Acro here?
Oh, Acro
Yeah.
fakes it.
Okay, that's
He
not
didn't
all right.
beat him. Acro meant to miss the ball.
Snasky, that's what I'd do in this lobby. You don't challenge against Oski there.
I sort of want to, tag Snasky out and Stumpy in. But I mean, the thing about you, Stumpy, is that you,
No.
for some reason,
I wouldn't.
never learned to fast launch aerial. That's the bit that bugs. It would take you 5 minutes.
Yeah, no point.
You double jump. Chat, he double jumps.
Yeah, of course I do. I get there
That's
quick
such
enough.
a weird line to stop trying to improve.
I get there quick enough, don't I? I get there in my own time. Everyone is going through life at their own pace. Oh, Snasky! You didn't need that boost. Lewis P has read you like a fiddle here.
Oh, there he goes. Yeah, no pads for Snasky. No pads, Snasky.
And then uses every single last drop of it to get to that bottom corner.
Yeah, he double jumps and pulls up like God intended.
Yes, thank you. Exactly. I'm not one of these people that thinks that I need to be any quicker. I'm going there at my own pace, and I will get there. Maybe second, but second is God's first.
Right, a little. To do a proper fast launch aerial, hold boost along the floor, then while still holding boost the entire time, jump, lean back, then do the second jump, boosting the whole time.
All right, and then what sounds easier, doing that or doing jump, boost?
Yeah, but jumping once
Jump,
is
jump,
quicker.
boost.
Jumping once is easier than double jumping. Yeah, you remove your chance to backflip.
Jump, lean back, boost, jump again.
Perfect. Yeah, that's it.
That's what.
That's all.
Oh.
But it's such a. It's just go on.
Right.
Oh, well done, Joyo.
No, I'm not saying well done, Joyo, for this. Look at what happened.
Oh. Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Even the in-game
We're-
camera swooping just did not know where to go there.
It
It didn't know
what
where
was
to
happening.
turn.
We're not saying well done, Joyo. for that. We're not taking nice fake Snasky from Will either in chat. No, that's not what just happened.
Oh, Snazzo! So near yet so far. And 100% with Luis P's goal are almost certainly going to be going to the top of the Shift Summer League standings.
Is that for the clip on Twitter?
That's a soundbite, yeah, whack that on.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's fair,
Snasky's... I was about to say. Snasky's trying.
He is trying. And you know what? You guys can't see chat, but Crispy has said, GG is really fun and close. And Snasky went for a demo on Crispy, and Crispy did a single jump just to get out the way of him.
Oh, MVP for next week has got to be Snasky. As said by Crispy, Crispy passes on the torch to give Snasky the MVP. And genuinely, can you read us Joyo's lovely comments?
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
GG's, congrats on top of the league. Is what Joyo said, and then Crispy said, appreciate the love and support. So lots of love between these boys. Very fun series. I like that a lot. It's a shame that obviously Archie is not feeling top of the top. So fingers crossed that he's going to be able to come back for tomorrow. And if not, we're going to be able to ideally see him when we come around to next week with the playoffs.
Well, that was one of the most overrun performances I've ever seen. To see if he can top it, here's Jar of Jam.
Goodness gracious, what do I need to do now? Juggle, do a one-man band, recite
Yes.
Shakespeare in 4 different languages?
Yes.
I think so.
I'll try. That's the exact amount of languages that I actually know 4, but I'll have to pull up some of them.
I know English. I know gaming.
You know American?
I know American. I know the language of cool.
Oh, you are actually so cringe. It hurts.
Why?
Are you
I'm not
cool with the
going down
kids?
Guys,
Just anyone, really. Cool with anyone.
anyone will speak to him.
Anyone who doesn't insult me, I'm cool with. If you're cool with me, I'm cool with you.
Immediately runs away. Oh, well. As today has been a day of like subpar segues, this series has run away from Oxygen, but honestly not for the lack of trying. Snasky scored his goal in the series in game number 1. Game number 2, I don't have the stats with me right now, but I swear Oxygen outshot their opposition, or at the very least were toe-in-toe in that game too, despite them losing. Unfortunately, in the end, it was just a little bit too much. And it's 100% taken off the win. But we had some great goals on both sides. It's hard. It's hard when one of your core players needs to step down. Again, Archie is just feeling a bit ill. That's why Snasky has stepped in. So we're hoping to see Archie a bit later. Again, tomorrow is an important day for Oxygen still. In the end, Oxygen are still second in the standings, but it is 100% who are going to be, so far, well, at the end of this day, undisputed number 1 team. Nobody is contesting them with their record.
And I think ultimately, 100%, they've got a lot that they can take from this week. Going by their record that we've already seen, they have got to be so proud of themselves. The quality they put forward, yes, we mean through that series, but the quality goal was... They've been spectacular, and the league play is not decided on a single day. That's the benefit of the entire format. This has been decided over the course of 3 weeks almost so far.
Yeah, I mean, it was all well and good sort of bullying Snasky when he wasn't here to answer back. Obviously, if he was, we'd have been a lot nicer. But it's no credit taken away from 100% for their turnaround. 3-0 on the day today, beating fake German Amigos, 3-0ing Endpoint, massive win against Endpoint, excuse me. And then, yeah, to go up against Oxygen, it's still Oxygen, you know, it's still Joyo and Oski. By no means incredibly weak team, and 100% are playing well enough that they could make them look incredibly weak with Snasky. You weren't able to just take clean touches against 100%, and you no longer are in this event. You have to be playing your absolute best, and they're starting to get a bit of a fear factor about them, Stumpy.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people would have underestimated 100%. I know that we certainly did coming into this tournament. Top of the table, though. With 3 games remaining, the 3 that they've got coming up are Sodad, Espartaco, and then also Jobless is going to be their final one of the entire tournament in our league play format, at least. They've got a chance. They've got a really good chance of just staying top of the table. So, yeah, 100% may well be the number 1 going into playoff.
It's going to be quite tough for anybody to remove 100% from the top, but Jobless, they have a chance to, at the very least, make a dent in 100%. We're going to be seeing that tomorrow, if not on stream, then at the very least in the way of updates that we're bringing to you. And if last time, in the last round, we were the last one to finish, right now we are the first one to finish with this 3-0 sweep. Other series are still ongoing. We have a Game 5 in 2 series, Jobless versus Gritserve Resolve, as well as Endpoint versus fake German Amigos. Saudade and JJ Rocks are currently winning in their respective series 2-1. Saudade versus Espartaco, JJ Rocks versus Luna Galaxy. There's still a chance for JJ Rocks, despite not being able to make it into the playoffs, still put some sticks in the spokes of the wheels of other teams.
I think that Resolve have just lost 4-2 in Game 5 to Jobless, so I think that one is done. I think that one's done. We're out of here there. But other games will be finishing as we speak.
Alrighty, we'll bring those updates just a little bit later. We have a chance to talk to Crispy of 100%, the well-deserved winner. And Crispy, we keep on meeting this way, but it's a good thing because that means you're winning. You're winning, and it's great to see you here once again.
Yeah, it's good. I enjoy these interviews, to be fair.
Oh, I mean, we're enjoying them as well, so thank you very much for being here. This series, originally, I'm pretty sure you have been preparing for something else last time. Lost versus Oxygen in the first round of games. But coming into this one, all of a sudden, Archie is not playing, an unfortunate circumstance. Still, how big of a difference maker was this absence of Archie? Was it a big sigh of relief that you didn't have to play versus him? How was your preparation overall? Tell us about the series just in general.
I mean, we just didn't want to lose, to be honest. It would be pretty embarrassing if we lost that, to be fair. So, yeah, I mean, obviously it's a big difference. So.
Well, now this puts you undisputed, #1 in the standings. Can you make this place your own? You have 3 series still to go: Saudade, Espartaco, and Jobless, which at least I consider to be the hardest one of the 3. With the form that you've been in, right now you are on I'll try to calculate it very quickly, on an 8 series undefeated streak. Can you make it to 11 undefeated?
Yeah, I think so. I think we could do that. I mean, we beat. Oh wait, you said we play Saudade, right? I mean,
yes, you are.
We'll just win
playing
everything tomorrow.
Yes, Saudade, Espartaco, and Jobless are your 3 series tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll just win everything. We'll keep it open.
Great. I love to hear that. And again, you have been on an absolute roll, and you just keep on going up and up in the standings. So yeah, now qualified for the playoffs. Qualified not just for the playoffs, for the upper semifinalists, meaning in a double elimination you get a second life. Your opposition, actually, let me see who currently might be your opposition. I would love to hear your thoughts about it. For that, though, I need to click a couple of things here and there. You'll be playing versus the 4th placed team at this point on. Their match is still going, but let's say Luna Galaxy X Complexity. That roster kept on moving back and forth, but by this point, I do believe it has returned back to a chronic. Tox, Atomic, and CRR, if I'm not mistaken. What do you think about that team and that opposition?
It's a good team. I mean, they're all really good. I don't think there's anything much to say about it. They're just good. It'll be a tough match if that's what it's going to be.
Well, they are quite a tough, again, being 4th in the league so far. They are above that hubbub of a tie that's currently happening between the 5th and the 8th spot. You thankfully are away from that crowd, but whoever, literally, they're playing versus one another in this round. It's wild how close this is up until the day number 5, and day number 6 is going to bring some fantastic things. So, Crispy, I think we're just going to let you celebrate this with the team. Hope to see you again for more interviews, would just only mean that 100% is winning. Keep on taking the names and kicking the ball into the net. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Wow, 100%. Well, on the day, they're absolutely 100% winning their 3 series versus fake German Amigos, Endpoint, and now taking down Oxygen, sitting cozily on the top of the standings in the league. 12-3 is their result, and my goodness, their game differential has just skyrocketed. Plus 24, meaning that they won 24 more games than they lost. We might not have... Actually, no, yeah, I'm looking at just the right numbers, but look at them. They are thanks to Oxygen dropping in this round, looking prime to take the number 1 spot.
I think it's also worth mentioning that to put that plus 24 into real context, second place, Oxygen, they are currently plus 12. That is how dominant somehow 100% have been. It's very impressive. I think that, as I've been saying the entire time, 100% have taken everybody by surprise. When we look at that mid-table still, although we had those matchups, there's still Espartaco and Sodad. They are 6 and 8. And then 3 teams below them, Resolve, Fake German Amigos, and Endpoint, they are all 6 and 9. It is outrageously close, trying to vie for those 5th and 6th spots between 5 teams. And also, Endpoint switching places with Resolve today. They've dropped 5 spots down to 9th.
Yeah, Resolve went 2-1, couldn't quite do the job in the end against Jobless, who remain in the top 3. But I mean, yeah, just to stick with 100% for a second more, they are very much looking like a next up team. These 3 coming up against everybody at this level of Rocket League and having that gargantuan game differential is incredibly impressive, Gyrojan. And it's not like they've got one standout player. You know, we had Crispy, who was the MVP last week, but it's not like he's just been carrying watching them going, wow, without him, they're in trouble, right? It's the 3 of them working together so well, having individual moments, having team moments, and looking sublime.
I mean, let's point out Lewis B, final game of that last series, 1,000 points. He has scored 5 goals by himself. And maybe somebody should teach him how to share, but in that case, it was just wild. One thing I forgot to ask Crispy, God, I just now remembered, is I swear I saw him go for some really cheeky plays. He tried to hit something spectacular. His touches were just aimed towards, let me do something that's just going to be the talk of the town. And I love this about him. I love his attitude towards the game. And I love that he knows that, yeah, he can go for these and do the wild things. It's the team altogether. So 100% as a roster, as a whole, deserve this number 1 spot tremendously. It's going to be interesting to see who gets up in the standings. We, of course, have running the scorer, or rather the striker, the playmaker, and the savior medals throughout the whole tournament. Of course, we're going to be picking an MVP of this week later on, because there's still one more day to play tomorrow. There's still more plays, more goals to score, more saves to make, everything and all together. But yeah, we've been trying to get those updates on the other matches, but yeah, as it stands, you've just seen it is still close. The matter of fact is, I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow we will have to separate the playoff teams versus those who will drop out in the final round. And this is what the league play is all about. Intense, edge of your seat statistics and results just towards the very end. And God, I'm so happy that it's back.
And you know what? I was going to say really quick, because it's still going on. There's no overtime between we just finished Lunar Galaxy versus JJ Rocks, but there were, at least a minute or so ago, JJ Rocks had racked themselves up 23 saves in a single game. They're now going into game number 5. So bear in mind, while we're ending here, there are still all of these team streams still continuing. So make sure that you give them a look.
Oh, I thought that was for the win for Lunar Galaxy.
No,
so that one goes into game 5.
That was just to take it to 5.
Oh, man. Wow. Still more drama.
You are kidding me. What are these results? I'm genuinely surprised that the amount of points that Lunar Galaxy got in that match was not through the
24
roof.
saves.
24 saves. You are kidding me. That is crazy. By the end, it's 31 saves. The final result of that game is 31 saves for Lunar Galaxy, and they win. I mean, if that is not the game clinching performance, this series clinching performance, that I don't know what
shots,
it is.
that is for Lunar Galaxy, sorry. Yeah, that is a lot. 31 shots for Lunar Galaxy.
Oh, shots. I'm looking at shots, not the saves.
For JJ Rocks. the most one-sided 10 minutes of Rocket League I think you'll ever see.
And yet it's only 2-1.
Yep.
One number does not correlate to one other. Not at all. Holy moly, folks. We thought this was going to be a crazy day. It was a crazy day. Stumpy has almost finished his squash. Very close.
Stumpy is so close. Go on, you can do
I'll
it.
see it all. Hang on.
Yeah,
please do.
You guys finish the show. Go on.
Sure. Okay. Well, let's first talk about what is happening this week, because he's done. Wow.
That was speedy,
just
bro.
like that.
Excellent.
So you went to uni.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what's happening this week because EU action is not the only thing. Of course, if you caught the Shiftcast, the All Things Rocket League podcast show on Monday, you're going to have another chance catching it every single Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. But following our show at 7 p.m. Eastern, it's of course the North American Shift Summer League action. And I'm pretty sure, just like here in Europe, they're gonna have some big swoops back and forth across the table. Over here, there's like only 3 teams potentially that kept their original spots at the start of the day. Everybody else has been all over the place. And tomorrow, join us again, 7 p.m. Central European Summer Time for the closing day of league play. That's where we're finally going to find out our 6 top teams to go into the double elimination playoffs. And same is going to happen at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow for North America as well. If you want edge of the seat Rocket League action, this is where you can catch it. Twitch.tv/ShiftRLE with our lovely faces. But all good things need to come to an end, just like Stumpy Squash. What a day. What a day.
I just feel for Stumpy Squash. That's been my favourite part of the day, seeing that squash. That squash and Snasky have been my 2 favourite things today.
I'm gonna oh my gosh, I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna get another pint of squash, and I'm gonna finish it off in front of the telly. I'm gonna just really chill out with it. It's gonna be good.
Oh. Where are you getting so much squash?
I've got a guy. I've got a guy.
He'll hook you up.
Well, we are full here on squash on great Rocket League action, but in just, I think we'll always see about 3 hours, but yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern time, North America starts. It's Hoodie Who. I hope he's going to feel better after the Oxygen games today. It's Corelli, it's Spaceman. First series of the day, Shopify Rebellion versus OG Esports. That's what Shift in North America has on offer. But for myself, Norjam, Stumpy, Goblin, and Cool Cole. He is really, really cool. It is good night, and we see you tomorrow for you. Take care. Play more Rocket League. Bye-bye.
Aus.
Lost hope, changing tides. Try to remember, spaces open wide and nothing but embers, yeah. So perfect days falling from behind, still clutching on your hands tight. Now I'm alone with the warning signs. Just feel it slipping under so quiet. Hold your breath, it's a deep dive. Stood at the edge as we're so tight, rust in our eyes. Just feel it slipping under so quiet. Hold your breath, it's a deep dive. Stood at the edge as we're so tight, rust in our eyes. Can't stay so high. Lost hope in the fire. Try to remember.